Right, we're live. I've not advertised the show. Oh dear. Hang on.
Yeah, you advertise the show and I'll keep everyone entertained.
Hello. Just come to watch the Paranormal Talk Radio. We're live. Just got live on the live stream now, ladies and gentlemen. Join us on the chat room as soon as it started. You can join us in the chat room. If not, you can just watch the Really TV channel if you want. I would rather not know. Ghost repeats of Ghost Adventures, endless repeats of Ghost Adventures. I don't care. I do actually. No, don't go there. I'm making. They're good.
Oh yes.
The Ghost Adventures are very good.
Right? Ghost Adventures. What? You been watching any new Ghost Adventures recently?
No, I've been watching Help My House. My house is haunted.
I ain't been watching that. Missed that.
Watch the Dead Files. That was pretty good.
They're alright.
Dead Files, Ghost Chasers. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
I think one of them used to be with the that's Australia. Haunting Australia. One of them used to be with them, I think. I'm not sure now. Ghost Chasers is good. Ghost Chasers. Chaps of Ghost Chasers. Help My House is Haunted. I think a Ghost Adventures episode after that.
Oh yeah.
I think it was last week or the week before.
Mm. That's alright. You're very interesting. I've been just like I said.
Sorry, Ghost Adventures has been on really TV channel like 5 years now. I can't believe it. No, is it 4 years? I think it's 4 years since it's been on. 4 or 5 years since Ghost Adventures was first shown. I remember reading an old article. I remember announcing Ghost Adventures in the UK it's now going to be shown on the Really TV channel. Yeah, I remember saying that. It was about 2014. I think it was 2014 as opposed to 2013, but I'm not sure. Around that time, give or take a year. It's been on 4 or 5 years on the Really TV channel. Onwards. Before that, it was just you only watched it on YouTube. Ghost Adventures. And it goes for taps as well. I suppose it just because obviously we know Most Haunted transferred, didn't it, from ITV to the Really TV channel as well. Didn't it? I suppose they wanted to expand the stable of paranormal programs, so they put Ghost Adventures, then Taps, and others followed. You know what I'm saying? Like we got Help My House is Haunted, and Ghost Chasers.
Ghost Chasers.
Big boy, man. You see-through thing. You come on. Right. So we're on what's that chat room? How do you get to there?
Oh, sorry. I send a link to you now. I know I forgot to do something.
Ghost Chasers is very good, actually. I like Ghost Chasers.
There you go.
Come on out.
I shared it on your timeline page. Or do you?
Timeline. What do I do here now?
Yeah, your main page. So you just click on Mark.
Get a link on YouTube. Or click on that.
No, it's on your Facebook page. Right. You should get a notification.
Live chat. Oh yeah, let's go in there now.
Yeah, and don't forget to mute the YouTube. You should get a notification.
Go to live chat. Oh yeah, let's go in there now. Which one? Oh fuck.
Yeah, and don't forget to mute. There you go. That's better. There you go. That's better. There you go. You muted yourself.
Oh, which one do I do? The one on YouTube now, Mix. Is it? Have I done it now?
Yeah, the one on YouTube. There you go. You muted yourself.
Oh, what's that? I'll do the one on YouTube now. Is that it?
Yep, that's perfect.
That's the wrong one, so I can't remember which one it was. Come us to our chat room. We don't bite, honestly. Only at the weekends we do bite people savagely, like I'm saying. So, cometh the man and woman, cometh the hour. I have no idea what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. It sounds rather clever for change.
For some reason, I noticed.
Eh?
I noticed the last few days, no one's been doing a live stream except for 1 or 2 people. And now, all of a sudden, this night, I want to do a live stream. Everyone's on.
Yeah.
Every group's on.
Oh God, yeah. Very
The
busy.
main group.
Busy weekends, I don't know.
Weekends was dull, mate. It was quiet on YouTube. The ones what we watch anyway.
I was a bit depressed and down, so I wasn't feeling up to it. So
all of a sudden, everyone wants to do it tonight.
I don't want to. Just I see my heart was in it really. Anything at that time, but I'm not better than what I was then. So we've got one watching now.
Oh, we have got that one. That's brilliant.
Is that me? Hello, that one watching. Cometh to our chat room and give us a good old chinwag, my dear.
Chinwag.
Or pal.
I've been watching a bloke, his YouTube channel.
Your type.
I think his name's Steve. He's got a pretty good channel. I think it's a haunted flat. He's got a haunted flat, and
Steve.
He does dolls and stuff like that in his flat, and his flat's haunted.
Mm.
And at the moment, he normally does some live streams most days, but at the moment, his internet's broken down, so he has to wait to get a new router before he can go back on the internet. That will take 3 or 4 days, he was saying. How
many routers have I been through? I don't think how many routers since that Lynx is one wild one. How many I've had since then? God knows.
Oh,
those talk ones. I must have had 3 of those awful talk ones. And I've got a Lynx's one that was actually installed by the gigantic computers from over there. He come around and installed it. Stephen King. Lynx's about 5 years ago. I got the Lynx wireless router that was in the hall. And then the router's in the living room now. It's wireless. It's from Talk. Go back to Talk now.
But you would have thought the engineer.
The UV Talk, after upgraded to Talk and the UV box, I think, or before that, we had to change the Lynx's. We couldn't use the Lynx's wireless router anymore, so we had to use the Talk one. After all that money.
Oh, God.
£100 for a router. Not cheap, the Lynx's one. It had 4 aerials sticking out of it. Fabulous. Okay. And he installed it. Stephen King installed it himself from the proprietor from Gigante's Computers come around and installed it himself.
Yeah.
He come around
5
years ago.
You would have thought though.
That's good links. That's good. You pay for what you get. That was nearly 100 quid for that one, and they had it for about 2 or 3 years. So they get a new one when they upgrade to YouTube. I upgrade to the UV box, and so I think around the time they give a new router with the UV box.
That's it.
More money again. That's a couple of years, 2 or 3 years. It's ridiculous. I can't keep up with the money. Can't keep up with it. I've got some new speakers now with a subwoofer. I don't know what brand they are. GX brand or some kind. These ones I had before. I know it's nothing to do with paranormal. Those Logitech speakers before were absolutely brilliant. The subwoofer box was a lot heavier than this one. Everything's so light. They make really heavy. They made them to last, didn't they? Those subwoofers box from Logitech. Very heavy. All the speakers were heavy as well, but don't care. It was 5.1 surround sound. And I had it for 10 years. Brilliant. 10 years solid use. Then they're still going, still working. The reason I changed it over because the stands had gone.
Yeah.
I think because there was getting some feedback crackling. That may have not been that may have been YouTube or something else at the time, but I was getting it too often. I thought maybe it was a one-off to get it now and again. Getting feedback and crackling from the speakers. I thought maybe these speakers have had it after 10.5 years. That's a good innings. That's a pretty good innings. 10.5 years. Yeah. There was 60 quid.
That's a good innings.
5.1 surround sound. 5 speakers there. Now these are only 2 speakers with the subwoofer and the controls separate. But the subwoofer on the Logitech one, the controls were combined onto it. You see. Interesting stuff. Right.
It is.
we're going off subject here, aren't I? It's nothing to do with the paranormal. But there you have the equipment to do a radio station. It's best to talk about that. You know, I suppose.
True.
Actually, you should really. On the other hand, maybe not. Talk about that another time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have a channel for audio equipment, audio and visual.
Which you do.
Say it without fucking swallowing. Maybe we should have an audio, a channel on YouTube concerning audio and the visual aspects of the PCs. Do I have to say it properly?
I just don't know why it's so.
Me? Sorry.
I don't know why it's so expensive to some of these equipment though. Do you know what I mean? A few little circuit boards, a few little lights, and they sell it out like ridiculous price. Same like these spirit boxes. Why are they so dear? When you buy them, all it is.
I got the Christmas lights. Lovely. That's why I bought it. They're just flashing lights. Can't beat it. It's better than that one. It's got more lights than that frigging one you bought.
Well, that's what you pay. Same like the REM pod. All that is a colourful light, a little antenna, and probably a few little circuit boards, and they're selling at ridiculous prices. Why? I do not know. You probably could make your own one even cheaper.
This is the spirit boxes you're on about.
Spirit box and REM pods. I don't know why they're so thingy.
It's like the EMF meter the REM pod, similar thing. The lights flash out.
Yeah. If you go nearby the aerial, lights up different colours.
It's a similar principle, isn't it? The EMF and the EMF thing and the REM pod. Similar thing. Is a similar principle. Some kind of force comes near it. Some supposedly paranormal force. It sets them off.
Yeah, that's it.
Can we discuss Steve Hoff without getting banned? As long as you're subjective, not sort of on the fence, not taking sides. I don't know. What do people think?
There you go.
Is he fake or is he not? I don't know. His equipment. There's a lot of panning. Got a lot of panning from it. Been panned by the media critics and people like him.
I'll see.
Like you mentioned, on YouTube for criticising him. What's his name again? Destiny Little.
Who?
Was that bloke who got banned because he criticised Steve?
Oh, order magnitude or something. I think he
kind of expressed himself in here. If he's been abusive, also, I don't know. Maybe they have a point. I don't know. What was going on there? I don't know. If they're banning somebody for disagreeing with somebody or criticising him.
Well, this is all about the paranormal stuff. Like,
I don't mean views, putting hates online. I don't know. It could be constructive criticism. He could criticise somebody. That person can he answer back and say something back and say, stuff you, this is what I do, and it's not true. I don't know. Of course.
Well, they could do in a positive way. If it's like, as long as you ain't being angry or violent, and you're having a proper talk, a proper discussion, a proper debate on this subject, that subject, I should get booted for that.
I like to see order of magnitude. I can't remember his name because he worked with Paranormal Lectures, Mark Smith. I know that. I like to see him screen talking with Steve Hoff. Why he denounces him. I don't know the full story because I'm not going to take sides until I fall. I hear a lot of Steve Hoff gets with his equipment saying it's all gobbledygook fairy lights. Yeah.
I think with all the magnitude, he does it all over in on one person. He just says, "I think you're trying to help people," saying this the way, blah blah blah, this that, and you know. He probably does it that way. Someone else does it a different way. But as long as it's the right, as long as you're talking in the right way and you ain't slagging everyone off, you're having a proper debate about stuff. I think you shouldn't get booted off for that, if you know what I mean.
I can find more.
Some people might disagree with him with what he's saying. Some people might agree with him. Same like the Huff. Some people probably disagree. Stop what he does. Then you got some people disagree with him. What are you doing?
It's the Hoff. He didn't mean David Hasselhoff, the Hoff. There's Hoff.
No.
Yeah. Steve Hoff. Not the Hoff, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not be mistaken there. I'm kidding. I'm only laugh.
Some of his YouTube channels.
I'm only pulling like that.
I say, I checked out his YouTube channel. He's got good content on there, but equipment-wise, I wouldn't have a clue. but if you, like I say, if you're doing something like that, and you're speaking your mind, and you got your own opinion, I don't think you should get 3 strikes for like. Do you know what I mean?
Hi, come on in there, George. Oh yeah, 3 strikes and you're out there. Hi, come on. I've just put something in the chat room there. Just put something in the chat room there. Hi, come on in.
Yeah.
Just in our chat room. I'll make a plea to people if you want to come and join us. Is that one watching? You want to come in the chat room? You're welcome. Hi, come on in. Join us in our chat room.
I think some people's on the what's that house, or I think it is. I think some people. She's gone live tonight again, so she's got quite a good. The woman lives in that house. What normally comes in our chat room.
House. On YouTube. Check this lady's page out. She does live streams of a haunted house.
She's got pretty good content.
She's been on our chat room numerous times. A very interesting, funny lady as well. Enjoy her company many a time. Yeah. This is what we're all about. We're very welcoming, accommodating.
We welcome any group.
Come on here now, and what's his name? Order of Fortune.
Order of magnitude.
I'm only kidding. I get that thing mixed up all the time. Seriously. Order of magnitude came on now, Mr. Huff. And a bit of a verbal sparring match on here. That'd be great.
Yeah, you can keep it. Yeah, you can.
Keep clean as you can. I know it could be heated. Might be heated. I don't know. I love it if they come into our chat room now. By order of magnitude, come on to our channel. And you, Steve Huff. Yes, come on in our chat. Come in our chat room. Entertain our listeners. All one of them.
I reckon, Mark, if we had both of them on, I reckon it'd be a proper debate. Yeah. But not in a nice way, I reckon. He will have his opinions. The other guy will have his opinions.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
But
what's that other one? I'm just checking the CDs here. Hang on. It's a lot of the very fiery things happening in the paranormal field. A lot of bitterness and jealousies and resentment and it's a funny old world out there in the paranormal field. But that's why we like it.
Well, we do that. We do have a hobby.
Who's falling out with you? Who's slagging off her? We love it. We just love it. We all do. We all love a good old gossip. We all love a bit of controversy. We all love a bit of controversy. Everybody does. It's human nature. A bit of fun, isn't it?
Especially in our paranormal radio, talk radio.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
We welcome anyone to come on.
Exactly.
And even come on a live stream with us.
Come on and chat and hang on, we're making fools of ourselves. Come on, you can put us to right and put us our place and tell us off. Come on.
Tell your friends and family about us on their page. Share it around whatever platform you want to share it on.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to.
Yeah, we'll do by all means. Yeah. We don't bite, honestly. At the weekends.
Like I say, Mark, when that bloke's on, I'll probably get him on that. Steve, he'd be interested to have on.
Steve Huff.
That new channel what I caught on. He sounds pretty interesting. The stuff what he's got.
Yeah. By all means, yeah. Oh yeah, by all means, yeah.
Still got to get a few more stuff. I'll just keep shopping around for. I'll probably get more trigger objects. That's another thing I want to get. Where you got alarms and set them off.
Flashing teddy bears and little things that have little other things that dolls.
Yeah,
they got the
teddy.
What have they got? Is it kind of REM pod built with inside them? I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Well, they're cheaper, to be honest. It's similar to a REM pod.
The fairy REM pod with ears and four another arms and legs.
But that's even cheaper though, because it's a teddy with lights on it. It's the same principles of REM pod. You go nearby it flips up.
Yeah, big fairy thing that goes off with the spirit's present with fairy lights, ladies and gentlemen. That's all they are. How much you pay for the those for them? Oh, I love it. I love it. Love it. I don't know. Is it worth it? I don't know. Do you advertise your show? I don't know.
Go and advertise it, Mark.
I should have done that before we went on air, really, but never mind. No. I could try to go earlier. I think jobs to.
That's okay. That's okay. We can see what we can do. Did you listen to that tape recorder that time?
Which one? The one that's at the Rose Cemetery. I'll play it live later on. I've got my dictaphone right here.
Good.
There's a lot of daytime. It's going to be dodgy for the daytime. A lot of noise, windy, very windy as well. You might hear a voice there, and it may not be nothing to do with paranormal, just be chat in the background. So, we're live on Google.
We're live. Just go. We're live on YouTube. No, we're live on YouTube.
It's the same Google Hangouts, aren't we? YouTube, live on YouTube. We got Paranormal show.
Yeah, sure. Like I say, it's been a weird one. Like I say, on the weekend, looking around, no one's live. Then all of a sudden, we do our show, then everyone else has come alive.
Yeah. Oh, Jim.
Oh yeah, I could share it now. Ding dong. What about that, Mark?
Wicked naughty laugh. But where are we now? What time is it now?
It is 10. Yeah.
It's a spiritual voice there. Thank you. I'm on air.
Yeah. That's no problem. Let me see. Can I get the thing up and running? Let's see, can we have a bit of afterlife box going? Shall we? Load up. Come on. Come on. Take your time. Afterlights. Yeah. Switch on that. And load up that. And that. We should be up and running. I think.
And because of this happening, all the trains that usually would go through that area are either replaced by bus services.
Is that better, that one? Is that working? I don't know. Trust me, you go live, things don't work properly. It's always the way. Work. Pardon me. Come on. Switch on. Yes. Yes. Like that. Like that. And it should be working. Well, normally it is anyway. Huh? Come on, work. Hate this, hate it. Oh, no, wrong one. Mark's disappeared again. Very windy up in there. I think storms up the north. Wind, rain. No, it stays like that. I used it for a while, actually. This. 272. Okay. Just that one. That one. Is it working? Probably not. Oh, hold on. I missed something. Try that now. And hopefully that'll be working. No more luck. It should be away. It should be making noise. What's wrong with this now? The spirits are affecting my afterlife box or my computer. Not good because it should be sound coming out of that. Way. Come on. Why ain't you working right? That's gonna be helpful. Yeah. Typical. All goes wrong for me. Everything's messed up. Nothing wants to work. Lost my co-host. It's quiet for a Tuesday.
I'm here.
All right, message. Okay. Close. Gone. Why is the afterlife box working?
Go click on it again.
It should be some sound coming out of it. Let's play it from that. I bet it worked for you.
Hang on.
Click the circle at this end. So I've been yeah. Click this one over here. Yeah. Yeah. Tweak that one. No, next one along. And just move it slightly.
Oh, click on it.
Yeah, click on that and just move it.
What?
Greenwich Mean Time. Because you got to stipulate Greenwich UK and Greenwich Mean Time because there could be We could be broadcasting for anywhere in the bloody world. That's why you're sniffing like that. Hello?
No.
Hello?
Oh, from
What about that?
yeah,
Okay.
There you go.
How should be working after that?
Don't forget Haley, you hello. You can hear your voice.
Can you hear me? Aaron, can you hear me? What are you doing, man?
Hold on.
You busy? You busy?
No,
You working your end?
But then I can't hear Mark.
Can't hear me? Can you hear me? No? Oh, God.
Hold on.
You hear me?
Why ain't these working? Hold on. Something's wrong here. My headphones ain't working now. Hold on, Mark. I've just got to sort out my headphones.
Okay. If you can hear me or not.
Yeah, it's disconnected. Try is connected. Try is disconnected. Come on.
Live streaming with chat show. Yeah. You say that.
Don't remark. I've just got to sort out my headphones. Ah, there you are. You back on, Mark?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, sorry. That it's the new equipment what I'm using.
What are you using now? Nice bit of new equipment.
I've got a Bluetooth headset.
Oh, Bluetooth. Bluetooth.
Yeah.
That's old. I remember that old colour there.
And I just realised you were speaking. I thought, I can't hear him. I hope my Bluetooth ain't disconnected. It disconnected.
Ah, Bluetooth. I thought, God, they're still using Bluetooth.
Yeah, Bluetooth headsets.
Headsets.
Yeah.
I got my headphones here from Gigantes. All my headphones I've ever built to my local shop across the road there. So. Good stuff. I've been really good. I tell you what, I must have spent a couple, $3 grand in that shop over the past 12, 13 years. Spent a lot of money in that place. Eh? How many computers have I had? 4 or 5? I've had 3. Hang on. Bloody hell. 4 computers in that time. 13 years.
My mate's, well, I don't know him personally, but Steve's after a new PC on YouTube. He needs a brand new one.
Yeah.
I think he's got 6 USB ports. I think 4 don't work at the back. 2 work at the front. I think his system's running really slow, so he's after it's like a new system what he wants.
Yeah.
Thingy. But it's a nightmare where you ain't got the money to get a new system. You got to just do what you got to do.
Yeah. I see. So we're all up and ready now. We're all on air in ship shape and Bristol fashion. All right.
Yeah, we was already on there.
Eh?
We was already on there. I just couldn't hear you. I thought you were still out.
I was just trying to do a few jobs. Hang on. I'm going to go to the little boy's room now. Back in about 5 seconds. I'm back in 5 shakes.
It sounded Australian, then.
3 shakes and I walk my mate.
Oh god. So Haley, that was working. It's just these disconnect for some reason. I didn't hear him. Thank you for that one listener. What's listening in? Much appreciated.
respectful of London Paddington. It's something that doesn't happen to probably say within the 11 years.
We're just hold the thing together. We're not. It's the people in the chat room that make the show and the guests. What are the guests that come on? Are the people in the chat room? We haven't got a guest. We can sort of talk to you like, can we have you know, it's like a split screen. They're there talking like, and you hear them verbally. Anybody's they've got the next best thing, which is the chat room.
While on our station, we have Brian J. Cano, we have Chris Holton, we have the one out of Ghost Adventures, the doorman on the museum. We had him.
Theodore. What's his friggin' name now? Keith L. Hall.
Yeah, that's it. That's who we had on there.
We're having back on top. My Keith, you're out there, matey. And this is the closest we'll ever get to Zach Bagans. He knows Zach Bagans. He's worked with him on the show. Deadly Possession with Zach Bagans as he played the role as Theodore. Well, Theodore, aka Keith L. Hall. Top man. I must put out overtures to him to come on the show again. Top man. Real interesting guest. Keith L. Hall of Deadly Possessions. Deadly Possessions with Jack Bagans. Jack Bagans. He changed his name by default. Zach Bagans of Ghost Adventures. Ghost Adventures. Zach Bagans of Ghost Adventures. That's his spin-off show. I think he's done. He might have done. I think he's done some other spin-offs since, and I can't remember.
He wouldn't be too bad having on.
No, didn't he do another one? What was the other one he did? Zach Bagans. He did Deadly Possessions. He did that one with the aftershocks. That's right, Ghost Adventures Aftershocks, where you talk to people, interview people after the investigation, something like that.
What's that you guy? What you like?
Aftershocks and Deadly Possessions. Yeah, spin-offs from Ghost. Well, I suppose you can call them spin-offs from Ghost Adventures. Yeah. What's that? As far as that.
What's that you the guy? What you like? Johnny Saffris or something?
Johnny Saffris. Yeah, man, he's a top guy. Johnny Saffris.
Yeah, you got him on your friends list.
Yes, Johnny Zaffis. He did the Haunted Collector. The Haunted Collector. Remember the Haunted Collector with Brian J. Cannon? Brian was on it, innit?
Yeah, you should ask him
Brian
on the YouTube channel.
Yep. He's the nephew of the Warrens, who were paranormal investigators and mediums in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, I believe. Ed Warren and I can't remember his wife's name. He died about 12 years ago. That's their nephew.
Well, you should invite him on the YouTube channel. See, does he want to do an interview?
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll do that.
He's on your friends list. Can't see why not. Who's got to say yes or no?
That's Johnny Zaffis. Haunted Collector. Remember Johnny Zaffis from the Haunted Collector? That wonderful, just very charismatic man. I love this distinct voice. Very interesting man. That's very, very interesting. The way he presents himself. I like the way I like his persona. I do. I like the way he puts himself across and the way he goes about things. I do. I'm impressed with seeing him on his show. Very, very impressed indeed. Yeah. He's got a distinctive voice as well. You hear Johnny Zaffis, you know that's Johnny Zaffis. He speaks like Look, reminds me of Alan Elder from MASH. You know what I'm saying? He's always, I don't know if it's New York. Sounds like it. I don't know. Top man. Yeah. We'll try and get Johnny Zaffis on. We'll try it. There's no harm in trying. We'll try and get Zach Bagans on. We'll try and even get Aaron Goodwin and Billy Tolley and what's the other one? Oh, friggin' hell. Billy Tolley and who's the one? Jay Wasley on, yeah, from Ghost Adventures. Even ex-Ghost Adventures paranormal investigator, Dick Groff. I'd love to get him on as well. Yeah.
We should get him.
There's no harm in asking. Just you don't ask. Simple.
Invite him now, mate.
You don't guess. Nobody else to be on their show. Maybe I'll be on their show, so I don't care really. We're just little people, which I don't mind. I like it this way. But coming on our show, if big or small guests, that'd be good though.
Go on your Facebook now and type to them and go, you want to come on our show?
Sorry, say again.
Go and type to him now on Facebook. See if you want to come on.
If you ever see that page, I don't. He's got so many people that are he's friends with there, isn't he? I'm saying like Chris, very popular. Pretty much over 4,000 friends. That's the limit of friends on Facebook. Is it 4 grand? 4,000, 4K, isn't it? 4,000.
Yeah. Well, send them a little private message. He might be available now. That'd be brilliant if you got him straight away.
I'm just going to say, so, well, I'll tell you a few private messages after the show. I don't get to stay too long typing and leave the long pauses the way I type. That fast, I'll believe I'll type anyway. Tortoise style. No, do I keep talking? 3, and not forget space bar. Do I? Which is tortoise? I'm a one finger man. Honestly, I'm not. These typists, they got multitasking. They got fingers. They're like playing a keyboard. I'm just like dum 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 dum. And one finger, 2 fingers on the keyboard. Not very efficient. Not very fast.
Oh,
I'm going to go.
Are you watching now, Mark?
Hang on.
We jumped to free
What I did happen there. I made it slightly more interesting than it was before. You see, they're all coming. They're all rushing on now. You see.
That's what I like to see, Mark. You keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, Johnny's after.
This time next year, we could be a millionaire on there.
$1 million followers.
From Haunted Collector, is it?
Mm-hmm. See, you got people interested. You best talk to them now.
Haunted. Is it Haunted Collector? Is it Haunted Collector?
Yeah, Johnny Sappers.
You've seen Haunted Collector with Haunted Collector with him on it, and Brian J. Camo.
Yeah, just keep it short and sweet. Would you like to come on our radio show on YouTube to do it with you? Be much appreciated.
I've seen it with brilliant show. You've seen Haunted Collector, great show, isn't it? He takes that.
Oh yeah.
Takes that thing that's supposed to be possessed or haunted. He takes it away. He puts it in his collection. His own little private collection on museum, doesn't it? He takes it away.
Yeah, he's got one. Yeah. I can't see why not, Mark. The more people are joining, we're up to 4 now. You best start typing to Johnny Sappers. He's typing away now.
One finger, 2 finger man, keyboard specialist. Another one, the razzle dazzle that those people can like. They play like a keyboard. I'm 2 finger specialist. Both pointy fingers need hand pressing the keys.
Yes.
Finger, just 2 index fingers pressing away there. Yeah. Pummeling those keyboards away. Yeah. That's me.
That's it.
That's bad.
I'll be funny if he come back and rip back and say, yeah, do it straight away.
After the show, I'll do after the show. I don't want too many pauses. If you know what I'm saying. After the show, so I'm asking them.
Who else could we get? Trying to think out. Who else?
Again, Goodwill.
Trying to think now, Mark. It's quite a few on there.
Guys, the bloody limit. There's so many. Chris, come on. Oh, there's big names. The big names came on. Chris Holt was a big name in the Paranormal field. He came on.
I think
brilliant guest. Fantastic. I would have Chris on any time. I'm going to ask him again if he wants to come on because it was fabulous. The only thing I was critical of was my part, not asking enough questions.
No, you was okay.
We were just starting out. We're just feeling away. We're just starting out. So you got to strike your balance, not be overbearing, interrupt and ask too many questions, not letting anybody finish. But you don't want to just giving a monologue. You want to sort of interject on occasion and ask questions the audience would like to ask. You know what I'm saying? You got to strike a balance, I think. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, it'd be very interesting. We've got order of magnitude on our station. Yeah. His opinion.
That's the only thing was critical with the show. Nothing to do with Chris. Chris was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Just me not asking enough questions. I was going, yeah. Didn't ask enough questions. That's something that annoyed me. I should have asked a lot more. Chris was brilliant. Nothing against him whatsoever. He was fabulous. I'd have Chris on our show anytime, and he knows that. The invitation, the door is open for him to come on our show anytime. He knows that. I've said that to him, and you have. I think you have as well. So,
anyone who's watching now wants to talk about anything, you're more welcome to put in the chat.
Honestly, we don't bite only at the weekends. Yum yum.
Oh, yes. Hey?
I thought it was about hopping. Hoping. It's one P in hoping. Hoping is hoping. Hoping spelt right. I'm hoping. Or hopping.
Hoping.
Yeah, it's one P in hoping. Hopping is completely different. One P can make such a big difference. Oh god. It's like friend and fiend, isn't it? One word. R. I mean, your friend or you're somebody who's a nasty, horrible piece of work? Take the R out. Fiend. Yeah. My fiend will be coming on later on time. Friend, sorry, yeah. Just one slip of a word makes a big difference, can't it? One slip of a letter, sorry.
So you got that tape recording, Mark?
One slip of a letter can make a big difference, can't it? Yeah.
Have you got that tape recording, Mark?
Yeah, they're right next to me. Hang on.
See, can you find anything what you can play?
I don't. Not sure there's anything on there.
This is an EVP recording, ain't it?
Well, I don't think there's any EVPs on there, but where the hell did I put that? It's downstairs, isn't it? Would you believe it? I sworn I had them up there. No, hang on, I have to go back downstairs. For some reason, I thought, yeah, they're in the back downstairs. I'll go 5 minutes. Back in a minute.
Yeah. Okay.
Where are we on?
Max has gone downstairs to get his dictaphone.
Back up in 2 minutes.
Hang on, wait.
Hurry up, Matt. Where are you? Hi, Paula. Hope you're okay.
Is dealing with 2 suspected fare evaders who've recently arrived from South Wales. They have tickets, but only from Cardiff to Newport.
Hope he's caught something on his recorder. Hope he's very interested. I think he went to the London Road Cemetery to for a walk around, see can he pick up anything. Hopefully, he might have picked up something. But you never can tell with spirits; they never come on command. Yes.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Ah. What's he banging?
I'm here in spirit.
You found it?
Not my mind, though. My mind's elsewhere. You know what I'm saying?
You found it, Mark?
I found something.
Oh, it's Paula. Yes. I'm glad she's joined in.
Who's that?
Paula. She normally goes on to
Paula. Hey, Paulie. Yay. Welcome.
From America. She normally goes on the gardening one. I forgot her name now. Julia's Garden. She normally goes on.
So what's the name? Sorry, I'm trying to multitask. For a man, it's very hard. Yeah.
Paula's,
Two fingers.
Paula's from America, Mark.
Sorry.
Paula's from America. She's normally on Julian chat.
Hi, Paula. Paula Henson. Hi, guy. Hello there. Welcome. Welcome indeed, Paula.
I bet she could tell some stuff over America in the paranormal. They got very interesting stuff over there.
Well, give her a good. Hi. So, what do you think of the show so far? No. Keep it clean.
Oh, she is.
California. My sister lives in California. For my two American nieces. Lovely. Great. The fifth biggest economy in the world, like the fifth or sixth, something like that. It could be a country in its own right, but you've went its own way. Its economy is as big as most other countries in the world. It's within the United States. Incredible. It's that big. I think it's the fifth or sixth biggest economy in the world, or even more than that. Something massive.
Yeah, because you got family over there, ain't you?
Yeah, I got a sister lives in San Francisco, around there. Since she moved again, I don't know if she's in San Francisco, around there. San Francisco, yeah. Okay, she's from California. Wonderful state of California. Welcome, Paula, to our show. And we're from Compton Watcher Panel Talk Radio. So, with the heart of England, we're broadcasting from right in the heart of England.
Babs,
come on. Babs is who again? Sorry, I'm trying to think of who Babs is. You must excuse me, Paula. Babs, have me come on. I've had many experiences. Who's Babs again? Sorry, could you put me right there?
Hold on. Let's do some Mark.
It isn't. It's unique. Is it the biggest? Is it one of the biggest states? The biggest? Not the biggest, but one of the biggest states in the Union, isn't it? California is not. It's not like any other state. California. Lovely name, isn't it? California. California. She's 1 hour east of San Diego. Welcome, Paula, from San Diego. Hey. Thank you. San Diego, sorry. I am Babs. Babette is in the garden. Mark is here in his little room, crummy little room, broadcasting live all over the world on YouTube. What places with you now? I bet it's lovely and sunny out there.
So it's always like that.
It's been very nice here this day. It's been very nice today. It's very nice. Yeah, we're both from the UK, from the centre of England. We are in the West Midlands on the Warwickshire border, but Coventry used to be in the Warwickshire, but that changed 44 years ago. And they're all lumped in the West Midlands now. But I'm Warwickshire lad through and through. That's why we call it Coventry Warwickshire Paranormal. Excuse me. That's what we called our station, a paranormal station, Coventry Warwickshire Paranormal Talk Radio. And our sister page is on YouTube, because the other branch of that is the Coventry Warwickshire Paranormal Investigators as well. Sorry, is it paranormal? I'm using it, so I haven't hardly ever used it. It's Paranormal Investigators, isn't it? Investigations.
That's right.
That's our sister page. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Our sister page is Coventry Warwickshire Paranormal Investigations as well. Yeah, so got two on a two-pronged front there. Yes, Alaska's like I said yes. And then Texas, you must be third on there. Must be. I said it was one of the, I didn't say it was the largest state. So it was one of the largest states in the Union. Alaska's the largest, of course. That is massive. Of course, I've got Alaska, which is next door to Canada, kind of thing. I think there's a little bit that links to states. I can't remember now. I can't. My geography is naff. Because Alaska was bought. Americans bought Alaska off the Russians about 100 something years ago, something like that. And also the Russians just have Alaska. So Alaska is the largest state, then Texas. So where's California? Third, fourth? Still, it must be thereabouts because it's a massive state. Lovely people of America. All been so nice, so courteous, kind, and so warm and welcoming, great humour as well. From the people from the United States, wonderful people. Like your good self, Paul. You come across a really nice person. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, so that'd be wicked if you could do that after the show. Johnny Safaris coming on our show. That'd be brilliant.
All right. Yes, indeed. So what's the connection with who's Babs then? Sorry, I'm not trying to think. Is that the lady from Hell's House?
No. That's from the gardening station. They do gardening.
Babs is from the gardening station.
Yeah. They do gardening. They do. They normally see them on Julian's page and.
Call us on that gardening page. Call us on that gardening page. Oh, yeah, so I understand where you're coming from. I thought it was a panel. But she delves into the paranormal. She must have some connection.
Yeah, just check out a channel. Check out a channel. It's very interesting. The gardener there. Very interesting, Mark.
I'm not sure about CA. I'm not sure, but CA is long and usually. It must be that third or fourth. Must be the third or fourth biggest state. Texas. Alaska's the largest in Texas. That's massive. There's New Mexico next to it, isn't it? All belong to Mexico and Spain, doesn't it? That's all California around there. Belongs to Spanish. And the French bought off the east coast and the mid part of America from the Spanish and call it Louisiana, sort of. And then the French and the Americans bought it off them in 1804, and then Napoleon sold off the interior and the east coast to them. That belonged to France, believe it or not. And then the way was westward to colonise Midwest and East and whatever, you know. And the railroad set and all that, and people went go west, my friend, you know.
Go west. Go west.
Yes, colonised, settled in the east, in the west. I'm sure there was a settlement there before, because you had the Spanish there before, and of course you got the indigenous Indians as well. That's another story going down another path there. So.
Yeah, you're going on a different path.
You think I was ghosting at the end of it, didn't you? No, that wasn't. No.
Yeah, I reckon order magnitude, and we should get the Huff and order magnitude on here.
Yes, but a discussion. Sorry.
Asking the chat room. Matt.
Sorry.
Asking in the chat room. Do you reckon about if you have a friendly discussion or have something to say about another channel, but in a right way, do you reckon you should get booted off, or at least a thing like that, expressing your own opinion?
We have Steve Huff on our show. Anybody out there, Paula? What do you think? Steve Huff on the next show with one of his detractors. Sorry, get it right. Going to the naughty step with you. Got it wrong again. Detractors. Of his detractors and critics. Order of magnitude, not order of solitude. I thought. What are you kidding? What do you think? Steve Huff with order of magnitude. What's his name? AKA. Who's the order of magnitude is that one bloke, isn't it? So.
I think it is a bit harsh. He lost his channel because he expressed his opinion. I think it's very tough one.
Yeah. Paul, are you still there? Are you with us? Are you with us, Paula? Paul is one of these 4 people watching now, I believe. Do you think we should have? I'll write it down just in case.
Yep. What's that? May I come in?
Good.
Back.
Hello?
What did she? May I come in? Did you say?
I mean, what?
She wants to come.
You're in the chat room.
Oh, she wants to come live with us, I think.
What verbally? A chat,
Yeah,
audio.
yeah, like how we're doing it.
Can we do that? I don't know. I would love to.
Yeah, I could do that. Give me 2 minutes.
See what we can do, Paul. Paul, thanks. Yes, we don't see why not. Yeah, we'll try and let you in. Kieran's twiddling around with his knobs, from the expression now. Sorry, I can resist that.
I'll put in the chat room. You want to come on? You're more than welcome to. I'll put the link in here. I'll leave it up for a few minutes, then I'll take it down after a few minutes. There you go. Just click on the link and you can get in.
Oh, there's the link, Paul. Click on that link, and you're magically transported into our little world. Of his detractors, just critics, detractors now. Order of magnitude. Order of magnitude. Oh, is it by order of the magnitude? Order of magnitude.
Yeah, that's his name. Matt?
Yep.
Yeah, that's his name. Okay. Give me 2 minutes. I'll send it down to you.
Oh, just put that sign by mistake. What a plonker.
Yeah.
Do you think we should have Steve Huff and one of our detractors, order of magnitude, one of his detractors? Do you think we should have Steve Huff and one of his detractors, order of... Is it by order of magnitude? I can never remember the title.
Yeah.
By order of magnitude, I can't change it over now.
Pardon? What's that embodied?
By order of magnitude, just call himself Derek Smith as well.
I'll sort out in a minute. Yeah, I bet you got to type it in, ain't you?
By order of magnitude, is it? By order.
Yeah.
Right, I got it wrong. All right. Through the naughty step with me. I'm going over there now. I'll give yourself a good old slap.
On a mark. Yeah, I sent it. It should have gone to your email. Now it has.
Yeah. Okay, sweetheart.
Then I can take down the email address once she's in. I can take that off because I don't want to leave that up. Hopefully she should be joining us soon, Mark. I just sent her a link. She just got to go through her email to do it.
So I criticise. I'm losing the patience to live. Criticise. Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh, I like that. That's fancy, isn't it? Yeah, I've got to take that on there. Yeah, she's in.
It was on YouTube. You criticised him, yeah.
Take that off. Yeah.
Hello? I heard a voice, a third voice. Is that yours, Karen? Is that your second eye or third voice?
No, that's the lady's
hello?
Paula, I think that is.
Got very deep there. Get more in there.
Yeah, that's Paula's in. She's
I'm on the one.
There you go, you're in.
Hello, hooray! Paula's in. Big hearty hello to her, Paula, from the US, from California, the United States, not far from San Diego, I believe. I've got that right now.
I'm in the wrong
Hello?
account. Yeah, I have to put it from.
You're cutting up, sweetie. Is it Kieran? Leave the lady alone. Stop cutting her up. Stop it. He's cutting up there because seriously, Kieran was cutting up earlier on. I hope we can sort that out, actually. It's a shame we can't get caller in.
No.
Kerry's trying to, yeah.
Do you want me to send you a new one, Paula? Oh, no, she's back in again. Yeah, she's back.
I have come back.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello there from the... Hello, Paula. Welcome to our show. Welcome to our show. This is our little crumble of road. Yes. Fire away. Any question you want to us and people watching. Do you want to ask us anything? Or
I was wondering, at the two...
Oh, you've gone there.
Been involved with?
So you've been cut up there. Sorry, you got cut up there. Cut off, sorry. Hello.
Hello?
Kieran? Hello. Carry on.
Between the two of you, how many paranormal experiences have you had?
Oh, that's a good question.
Or each one of you?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. I had one. The weirdest thing, I was lying in my bed here about a year and a half ago. I saw this blue mist, wispy blue mist, go into the wall. I couldn't explain it.
Mist going through the wall?
Wispy kind of blue mist. Was it like an orb? I wish I had a picture. I wish I had a camera ready. But there you go. These things come unexpectedly, don't they?
You had one?
Sorry?
One in your whole life?
Just that one. There's probably things that we don't... If you think back on, you think, I don't know. I mean, last year there's another. I'm thinking back to something that happened last year at St Nicholas Church in Kenilworth, here in England, just not far from where I live. There's this town. I remember we visited St Nicholas Church. You got this groom and the bride get into this old-fashioned car, this old Rolls Royce. I thought, I just got married. Oh, there's going to be a great big reception and people in the church. Goes in there, there's nobody there. Well, thinking back at that, could that have been something like could have been something there? Could I have been seeing something there and dismissed it out of hand at the time? And you just thought about it now. You know what I'm saying?
If you talk,
I went to the church. There was nobody there. If it's just going to be a dress rehearsal for a wedding,
stop.
You wouldn't be going in your. Sorry,
Mark. You got to slow down a bit. Slow down your
talk a little bit.
All right, carry on.
No. So Mark has seen one. What about Chris?
Kieran.
Kieran.
I'm
sorry.
Yeah, that's no problem. I would have to say my home is a bit strange. The wife noticed in the bedroom, sometimes in the living room, things go flying off unexpectedly, and I can't understand. I miss it all the time when things happen. She sees it, and then she tells me. 1 minute it could be on the fish tank, the next minute something flew off there and landed on the floor, but no one's been there. And then sort of like in the bedroom, the wife done all the duvets and everything else, and the pillow where how she tidied the bed, the pillows was lying next to each other. Then when I went upstairs, the pillows was all on top of each other. I said, "Did you do the bed today?" She went, "Yeah." And I asked her, "Did you move the pillows?" She went, "No." So that's a few little odd things in my house. Yeah, I would say, if I have got something, I think it's a friendly spirit.
Yeah.
And then one time, a glass was on the floor. My wife was sitting down. The next minute, it shattered. It was smashed for some reason. I couldn't really explain what happened there. So that's the kind of experience what I get in my home.
You've never seen anybody?
No, not so far. I try to leave like a tape recorder going and my cameras, but I ain't picked up nothing so far. But it would be very interesting if I did get something on camera or something on my EV recording, what I left on record. That'd be amazing if I could capture something.
I've probably had too many to count, but I've never had any luck in a cemetery.
No, look in cemeteries. We tried cemetery as Kenilworth as well. That's the same time I thought us. I'm honestly going to say that car, if somebody's doing a wedding, they wouldn't do the rehearsal. They do at the church. They wouldn't do it in the finery, would they? I'm saying we went to the church there after we saw this car. I never thought at the time that this couple, the groom and the bride and the groom, getting this old-fashioned Rolls Royce, driving off. We thought there could be a big lot of people in the church, but there's nobody there. You know what I'm saying? That could have been something now. I don't know, but we did anyway. We did a paranormal invest. We did the St Nicholas Church, the old graveyard around St Nicholas Church. Those graves go back what 200, 300 years almost, I think. Now, but we found nothing. We didn't catch anything, did we, Kieran? No.
Can you see the names on the graves?
Sorry.
Can you see the names on the graves?
Some were eroded. Some were quite clean, despite their age. I must say that. Yeah, there was a. I think was it one that drowned the shipwreck, Kieran? And you asked a question some about 100 years ago, and you asked something like a question, didn't you? I believe, if I remember rightly. You didn't get anything. They didn't get anything. Nothing responsive, unfortunately. No. Do you remember that, Kieran? You did an EVP session with your Zoom H1 digital recorder, the one that Zach Bagans uses, by the way. Carry on, Kieran. Hello, Kieran.
I've had a lot of them experiences, but the ones that stand out the most, I think, were in my backyard on my security camera.
Really?
I saw 2 soldiers from World War II carrying, kind of dragging another soldier, like they were running from something.
All right. It's residual now. It was like a loop, like a tape thing. Yeah. Oh my God.
And I was very, very close to my Uncle Billy.
Yeah.
Who was the same age as I was. He was my dad's youngest brother from my grandfather's second family, who had cancer for about a year. And I would go see him.
Yeah.
I'm in San Diego, and I would go to Phoenix, Arizona, and see him every weekend. But we'd talk on the phone for hours and hours during the week, and then I'd hang up, and I would just cry my eyes out. And the last time I saw him, I asked him somehow. So I saw him plain as day walk by my door in his flannel jacket. I saw him walk through the kitchen. I could see it through the pass-through window. And then when I was in the hospital with pneumonia, I woke up in the morning and my uncle was standing at the door, and I thought I died. We were the same age, Billy. Billy was standing at the door. And I thought I was dead because I thought he promised he'd come and get me. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm dead. But the thing of it is I was so excited. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I better get dressed because my dad's not going to like me wearing this. And then it's like, well, should I pull the tubes out? I want to get my bag. Do I need to take my makeup? Oh, I've got to get my tube. All this happened like in 5 seconds, going through my mind of what am I supposed to do? So then I looked and he was gone, and I drug the hole with all the tubes and stuff to the hallway, looking everywhere. And I'm like, I asked the nurse where the man in the jacket went, and she said, it's 6 in the morning. There's no visitors. There's no one here. And then another time, I was watching TV, and he screamed in my ear. He screamed my name, Paula. And I went, what? And John looked at me, and he goes, what? And I'm like, Billy just screamed my name in my ear. He goes, I didn't hear it. I'm like, well, I did. So it's just really weird. Things just always happen to me like that. My mom, every day at 3 o'clock, I can smell her perfume.
Yeah. I get this. So I smelt over the crematorium now. I'm opposite a cemetery. I live exactly opposite. I smelled cigar smoke. I smelled weird. And there was nobody there. Absolutely nobody there. That's quite maybe something, I don't know. Maybe it might have been something else, I don't know. But I could have sworn that was cigar. The smell of it, it's a distinct smell, isn't it? Cigar smoke. When there's absolutely no crematorium at all. I looked around. Because who's smoking a cigar? If they can drift and waft over, can't it? You know, you can initially smell it even outside. Not a soul.
Could have been Winston Churchill.
Sorry.
Could have been Winston Churchill. You like the cigar?
When his cousins, you know, they're very there. But well, you know, yeah.
I have been to cemeteries across the United States, up the East Coast, into Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
And this when film, you couldn't just take a million pictures; you had to develop it. And I've taken pictures, I've sat there and everything. And in a cemetery, I have absolutely never had any luck, except in Old Town San Diego. The first time I went there in high school, I was walking by the cemetery by the Catholic church, and I stopped dead in my tracks, and I said, something's wrong. And they're like, what? And I said, I don't know, but something's wrong. People are not happy. And then about 4 years later, I found out that when they made the roads and stuff, they didn't dig up the bodies. The bodies were all under the road. That's so rude.
Whoa. Oh.
Even in New Orleans, I never saw anything. I wanted to dress up in white and walk through the cemetery at night, but Pastor Jim told me somebody would probably shoot me, so I didn't.
Hey. Still there, Mark?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, it's interesting. Yes.
Very interesting, that is.
What it is I'm saying is people don't sort of think of it on occasions, don't think of it as paranormal experience at the time, then think back. That's a bit odd at the time. Come to think about it. You know what I'm saying? You see, because sometimes the people can appear as not as like you, a ghost, like a normal person, can't they? Just then think about it a bit later on. Hang on, something's not right there. There's just this little detail that comes to mind. No. That's just old-fashioned clothes there and whatever. Some sort of looks a fancy dress. I don't know, but I don't know. Things like that, isn't it? Sort of things. And you think back at it, maybe could have been, or may have not been paranormal. Yeah.
Well, one thing with ghosts, like you say, one day you can walk through a crematorium and not get nothing, and then another time, or say 1 week, a group goes to one place and don't get nothing, and another group goes to the same place where that first group went. The second week, a different group, and they pick up something. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those. It's a hit and miss. Sometimes you can get evidence, and sometimes you do go hours and hours and don't get nothing whatsoever.
Right. Oh, with the laborious thing, that can be. They think these programs, they think they get all this paranormal stuff, like they get it instantly on the plate. It's taking weeks and ends, and hours and weeks and ends to get anything. Really, it's probably just one program.
That's it. That's it to make it into like a narrow show. Yeah.
Have you
ever smelled anything else besides cigars?
Perfumes. People smell perfumes, different smells. I'm saying, I smelled weird, strange stuff over there at the crowd. I just dismissed it as probably something else. I don't know. But thinking back at it, it's a bit odd, isn't it? There's nobody there.
What about like a floral scent?
Yeah. Yeah, it could be, but I'm not saying so much. I try and dismiss it as I try and just sort of speculate, accumulate, and say, oh, you don't jump to conclusion it's paranormal. You thought, is there anybody around? Is there whatever, and you just deduct. It's a matter of deduction. You think, come the end, maybe it's somebody in that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I do it anyway. A lot of people do that anyway. They do that way, don't they?
Not everyone. Some people do it your way, Mark, but not most. Some certain groups go automatically. It's paranormal when they get something. It's definitely paranormal. You know?
I was very naive.
Keep your mind open.
I was very naive. I was thinking that all videos on YouTube that started 6 years ago. I thought everything. Oh, it's gospel. It's paranormal. And now I just sort of very sort of more caution, more guarded now. A lot of fakers out there. When they say emphasize real paranormal, not usually real ghosts. You see on YouTube these sensationalized videos, real ghosts caught on camera. Half the time it's just set up. It's a setup. Yeah.
Well, I couldn't live where that woman's living. What normally comes on our chat room, the house, where she's had 2 priests bless the house, and she's still having problems today. She's been raised in the house since she was a kid, and they've been there since she's a kid, and now she's a grown woman. She's got a priest in to bless the house, trying to move them on. They ain't moving on for nothing. She records 8 hours a day on YouTube, and the amount of activity in her house is unbelievable.
That's Hell's House, Paul. If you're interested, check her
On YouTube
page out if you want to subscribe to that. If you want to, anyway. Hell's House. It's got a creepy face in it, not mine. Thank God. Somebody else's creepy. Check her out. She does live streams. How many hours she does? Sometimes 5-6 hours.
She does all night. Yeah. She's on tonight. She's doing it all night.
Paul, you want to check her out anytime you want? You're more than welcome to. You know.
Has anybody gone over there and checked it out?
I don't know. As teams gone out and checked, have we asked her? I'm sure we've asked that question. Karen, have you asked that? Come fire.
Yeah. She has she had a group in there to check it out, and they caught some good evidence. She had another group in there, didn't last 2 minutes and ran off. I don't know why, but they did.
That's what it sounds like. Sounds more creepy than 30 West. Was it 30 East Drive in West Yorkshire Pontefract, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's meant to be the most haunted house in England. But I don't reckon it is. I reckon the other one is.
It get mixed results to that. Some people have caught it's been active. Other people have absolutely nothing. Stone dead. I mean,
what the problem with her? What the problem with 30 East Drive? It's too many investigators going in there. So after a while, I would have thought so many groups going in every day.
No.
It's going to drain.
Has there and sat with her and witnessed what she's witnessing. Not an investigator, no machines, nothing. She says things happen.
Yeah.
Well, this woman ain't an investigator, but she's brought her own paranormal equipment to try to show people she's living a normal life, but showing what's in her home.
She lives in this house. She lives it, puts something 24 hours, 24/7.
Yeah,
It's northeast of England. It's Redcar. Is it somewhere northeast somewhere? A place called Redcars where she lives. But she's from Middlesbrough, which is northeast as well.
That's it.
Yeah.
Middlesbrough?
But she's further up. With the Midlands, she's northeast. Oh, way up there. She is. Way up there.
Okay, but she still lives there, so it doesn't bother her, right?
Oh, she's been attacked by it, hospitalised by it. It's making her real ill.
Yeah, I can't sell the place. Who's going to buy it? She's into the paranormal. I don't know.
Then why doesn't she
used
move?
to it, she must put up with it. She's used to it. Or can you be used to it? I don't know. Would I put up with it? I don't think I'd stay there. Not for about 5 minutes.
But why doesn't she move?
I don't know. There's people different, aren't there? Some people can sort of shrug it off, put up with it. She's been living there since she was a kid. So it's a childhood home as well, isn't it? I believe, Gary, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah. So
she's just not indifferent, just not as what's the word I'd say,
But they've harmed her?
Yeah.
She's been harmed, I believe she has been harmed, hasn't she?
Yeah. I believe so, yeah. I think she's been hospitalised too, I think, through some of the stuff.
She'll be bitten or scratched or thrown down the stairs, I don't know. I'm not just suggesting, I'm not saying that's true, but there must have been something really drastic to get to the hospital.
What do they need from her?
Say that again.
What do they want from her and what do they need from her?
I ain't got a clue. I think they just want to be tormented all the time.
What did she say they were anyway? She said there were shadow people and what demonic person said.
I think one person's grumpy. Then it's a child. I think a little boy or something. And then something else, a nasty one.
It's masquerading as a child. That could be something demonic. Yeah, there. There's not a thing's what it seems, is it? Shadow piece. I call those one demons. Yeah. Yeah.
Could be.
Demons?
Yeah.
How does she know what a demon looks like?
I don't know.
I think you have to.
To me, is say I saw a demon, and I'm like, oh, how do you know what a demon looks like?
Demonic possession. I don't know. That's a good question.
They could show all forms,
That's
can't
what
they? I believe.
You see, it was demonic possession, or did something? She ranks as something demonic, and she's seen shadow people, and she ranks as something demonic there in the guise of a child. I think that's what she said. Something like that. I could have wish she was on here now. She's very frequent in our chat room for as well. You see, that's what I'm saying. She was here last time, so
like I say,
a lot better than us. So she was here now. She's been very frequent on our shows before. You know what I'm saying.
Just check out, like I say, check out her channel. You see it. She's live every day, constantly. Like I say, she's live tonight. Say that again.
It's called Old House.
House. Yeah, that's it. House.
Your Hell's Kitchen. Well, this is Hell's House. Huh?
Hell's House. HELLSHOUSE.
Yep.
It's got a weird demonic face on the thing, and it's not mine. Honestly, gritting teeth and big eyes. I'm not scary enough. Thank God for that.
So if you open a newer tab on your internet, you should be able to get over. You open a newer tab on your internet, type in YouTube, type in Facebook
name. As well as Twitter, I believe as well. Yeah.
No, I don't know about Facebook, but I know she's definitely on YouTube.
I'm trying. I've got Hell's House. I got Hell's Bells, Hell's Kitchen, everything but Hell's House. Nope.
No, I think she's more on YouTube, Mark.
Back to square one. You know. But yeah, she does a lot of live streaming for us. So just check out the channel out. Like I said, Hell's House. You can't miss it. It's got a distinctive, scary face in it, so you can't miss it. Yeah. And by all means, yeah. And she's how long? She seems to do 7 days a week. So a lot of live streaming there. A lot of it.
She's in Australia?
No, she's in the UK.
Redcar, northeast of England, way up on the east coast from us. Oh, we're just mere Midlanders.
So there's like a scary thing with buggy eyes on it.
That's it. That's
the one. She's got big gritty teeth as well. I think she needs to go to the dentist with those teeth.
She's on live right now.
Is she live? That's nice streaming. That's her then. Yeah, that's our lady. Lovely.
That's from my house.
In the chat room now. It's a shame that she's a very good guest. Like, it's a shame we didn't do what we did now with we've got Paula now with that lady concerning with Hell's House. Did the chat at that time, yeah, Karen. Yeah.
And don't forget Paula. We
must do that. Yeah. Have an audio chat with her in the chat room.
Don't forget Paula. She's got 2 live streams going tonight. So you click on a station, you can switch on either one, whichever one you want to watch. She's got 2 streams going on her channel.
Now.
Yeah, I think she's got one in her bedroom and one in the conservatory tonight. She has.
That's interesting. What do you guys think of orbs?
Orbs. God, I'm sort of mixed with that. They can be explained. I think could be moisture, temperature differences in temperature, moisture, but there is things that I think they're genuine. I think those things can be dismissed. I think there's a percentage which can be to do with the paranormal. So sort of that's my line anyway. So
I think orbs are alright, but I think people get confused with dust and orbs.
It could be just moisture. It could be just something that can explain a lot of it. But there's some that's just didn't show. Didn't see at the time, and then they just appear. I don't know. I think there's some that are to do with the paranormal of a nature, with the paranormal nature. There's a lot I think can be explained away, but that can be like the paranormal in general anyway. I think a lot of it can be explained away, but it's just that 5%. Question mark there, and you think it could be paranormal. The power of deduction. I feel like Sherlock Holmes here. The
dust ones float around a lot and everything, but the dust ones that float around. I think there is something to do with orbs, but I got on my security camera once one that just stayed put, and you could see the cats walking around underneath it.
Yeah. Oh.
I've always wondered about them. I don't know anything about them. I have them all over, you know, pictures and stuff. I don't know.
And people see faces. They can see faces them, but if you look hard, you can see a face in anything, can't you? In a stone wall, they can be thought. What's that term they use? I can never pronounce. Is it Matrix? Something like that? Is it Matrix? I can't remember. Is that where they use that term? You can see things, which you know. I think there's something there. I'm not saying they're all like. You know, it's just. I think a lot of it can be explained about because they say insects. Dust goes a certain way in orbs. I don't know. Is it? Well, they're on about another anomalies like they do. Like Zach Vegas says, this can't be insects. It can't be dust. Dust is erratic. This is going a certain way, sort of a measured, control way. But just particles would be erratic, wouldn't they? Be everywhere, wouldn't they? Go one way, another way, wouldn't they? All over the place, wouldn't they?
I would say so, yeah. But orbs, I do like when you do see one.
Can't be magnified with a camera as well. There's something there. It can be. It's the way they flow as well. And people might mistake them insects or something as well. So a lot of it can be explained, but there's certain. Not saying there isn't fully. Not saying dismissing orbs out of hand like myself. And that's a little percentage question mark. I think possibly there's something there, yeah. Interesting. That's what I love about the paranormal, yeah. It's all about deduction. It's powers of deduction, speculate to accumulate, isn't it? So that's what I like about it. Yeah, I just got off screen there. Yeah. Sorry, Karen. Sorry.
I've always been really careful about things like Ouija boards or seances or stuff like that, because if you open a door to let someone in, someone else can come in too.
You don't want to unleash in there. We don't know. It's something. I'm not.
Well, I say the last couple of days I've been watching some couple of live streams or some groups over here, and what they keep saying. Oh, Ouija boards, it's a newer tool to communicate. When you see on TV and everything, they make it more worse than what it sounds, and this, that, what they keep saying, basically, it ain't dangerous, it's just another place at all. But, like you say, if you don't know what you're doing on a Ouija board, you can leave the portal open, you never know what you can bring through. But certain groups says, no, it's harmless, it ain't gonna do it. It's all hype what you see on TV and movies and this, that, and the other. And I don't know. I don't mess with it anyway because I don't understand it. So I'll just leave that side to it. I'll let someone else do that. You know what I mean?
Guys, do you think the Ouija board has its place then? Do you think it has its place?
It does to a certain degree. Like I say, it's another form of tool to communicate. If you do it in the right way and handle it the right way, if you can handle it the right way, if you know what I mean.
What do you think, Paula? What do you think? What's your opinion on this subject?
I had a friend named Cindy Sue, and she's convinced that there's a little girl ghost in her house, and she lost her car keys. Yeah. No way did she find her car keys. This little girl is like a trickster. She's not mean or anything, but she's a trickster. So she got the Ouija board and asked the little girl where they were, and she said they're in the medicine cabinet, and they were. But I've never done it. I've never done a Ouija board or a seance.
I did one in 1975 as a kid, but one of the kids there was a prank set. We had a beer glass upside down. He picked up and smashed it. And my brother wasn't involved. I was involved. I was watching from afar. My brother got a good view because he picked that glass up and he smashed it. It's fake. He screamed, picked it up. It was dark in the room, but there was a bit of shaft of light from where my brother was sitting and where I was involved, thank God. He could make out him picking up the glass and breaking, picking up and smashing it and screaming. wasn't nothing paranormal, nothing paranormal at all in that respect. But that sort of put me off a bit.
Who screamed?
Well, he did. He's picked the glass up. It's darkened room, think you could get away with it. But there's just enough of light, just a shaft of light from the door that was open. And he saw. My brother said, "I saw him pick the glass up. Just enough light for there was just enough light for me to see." And my brother, that is, see him pick this glass up and smash it and scream. He faked it, and everybody he scared everybody else like. Yeah, so that's sort of I wouldn't sort of. I didn't like the fact they were doing it anyway, but the fact he sort of pranked about and smashed the glass and trying to make out it was something paranormal. He really annoyed me, and my brother as well.
Well, when you went to do the rituals, you must protect yourself and make sure you open it and make sure you close it down properly. Don't leave it open. But like I say, I won't mess around personally myself because I don't understand it, so I don't mess with stuff like I don't understand.
And what companies make them? What big is it? Is it like who makes them? Is it? I know it's a big industry. It must be. A lot of the paranormal is anyway. The equipment wise, isn't it? There's a market out there. There's people buying them. There's people laugh them up. They're making their own. Although they're making their own Ouija boards, I don't know. You can make your own up.
Yeah, they are.
You don't need to buy one. Make your own up. Make your own board up. Design it your own way.
No, all you got to do is go online, print it off, and it's got whatever you want. That's what you got to do.
You don't have to buy the manufacturers because there is manufacturers. Obviously, there's a market. There's a niche in the market. For how long they make them, I don't know. You just buy your own, can't you? I mean, sorry, make your own. Buy your own. Make your own. Yeah.
It sounds like he's.
Sorry, Karen Paul. I'm sorry.
Oh. What about guardian angels? Do you think they're supernatural or paranormal?
A guardian angel? I never thought about guardian angels. Good question. Yeah.
Guardian angels must look over you, protect over you. You ask for their protection and guidance.
I can't
I believe it.
He's got a chat room now.
That.
A chat room now. Hang on. You carry on to carry out there.
Yeah.
Somebody called what? How the fuck? That was like Russian. Somebody in our chat room now. Hideout before I'll bugger it. I'll give it up. That's it. I got the high bit at the end though. Oh my god. Brownie points for me. Hang on. I'll just say hi. Hi.
I lost the rhythm. Where was we?
Where
was we again?
From Russia. We got somebody in Russia. Oh, interfering with the show. Does that sound familiar? Got another path there. Sorry. I'll just say hi. Hi.
Where was we? Guardian angels. Yeah, I reckon.
Carry on. You carry on. I'm just going to say hello Greek person here anyway. This is a handle.
Well, that's when you go on investigations or when you're doing something, you go to your guardian angels to tell them to look over you a bit, sort of like try to protect you. I believe that. I have heard someone say stuff like that. Going to their guardian angels and asking to go back.
Right. It's everything what he seems. Who knows the guardian angel? Something masquerading in disguise. We don't know. It's nothing's. It's just that's weird. That's the beauty of the paranormal. Nothing's always what it seems. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know where I'm coming from. You know?
What do you reckon, Paula?
Excuse me?
What do you reckon about the guardian angels?
Is it guardian? It could be something in disguise, something malevolent being or spirit, whatever what they call them. Something malevolent in disguise. For all we know, because the way things in the paranormal is not everything is what it seems. These ghosts, I don't know. They should have.
Ghost paranormal. I work in pediatrics, and I noticed one thing. Most children can talk to invisible friends. That's what they call them, or parents call them. But we're training our kids by saying, "There's no one there. Stop talking about it. Don't listen. Whatever." Yeah. Are we shutting our kids down to actually listening and talking to something speaking to them?
Well, saying that, I've got young kids. really young kids, and sometimes I think what they're looking at, and they're pointing to stuff, and nothing's there where they're pointing or looking or talking. I'm thinking, who are they seeing? Who are they talking to? You know what I mean? So that's a good question. Very good question.
Is it something thinking about the imagination, or could be something of a spiritual nature? A ghost, something they can see and nobody else can see because they're more in tune, aren't they? With kids are and dogs and pets are as well, aren't they? The animal kingdom is very much more in tune, even more so than humans. But kids are more in tune than adults, aren't they? They say, don't they? There's more, don't they say, with the spirit world. Is that a good point?
Well, that's because they don't know, not to, or they're going to go in the insane asylum. But I've seen kids point at nothing and laugh. I've seen cats look at something and scare the heck out of me.
That's right.
It's my cat.
I'm just saying cats and children seem more in tune. The spirit world. They can see it more than we can adults. Not saying adults can't, but they can. Way on.
So our parents have shut something off on our brains so that we don't communicate anymore.
Always let my children express themselves. That's what I do.
And there's that story that's true about Mr. Gordy. That little girl who was always talking to Mr. Gordy. Somebody finally brought some pictures out. She picked him out.
Oh.
But there's really funny.
Back in the room.
And it was haunted. They put it right up there, haunted, but only on Tuesdays and Thursdays between midnight and 3 a.m. and only chains rattling and only in the upstairs bathroom mirror. So I was just thinking, well, take the mirror out of the bathroom and I don't know. I would have loved to have that house.
Are you referring to the Lizzie Borden house? Right? It's still on that, yeah.
No, it was just a regular house, and you have to declare things, or people can, sue you and ruin your life. But they declared it was haunted, which I think attracts people.
Excuse me, sorry.
Well, with a mirror, that's another device. What you get a mirror can open another portal too. Believe it or not.
That's a good point. Yeah, water's a harnesser of and psychic paranormal energy as well. Net water, the flowing water, even more so. Yeah.
But is that what they got to do over America? Your house is haunted. You got to declare it.
You have to declare animal noises. If anybody's died in the house, if there's strange noises in the house, which goes under hauntings. Yeah, there are strange noises in the house, but only on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 12 and 3 a.m.
There's certain times you can declare it, you're about, yeah. Right.
So, like, if somebody was going to buy a house by me, they would have to declare that I have a rooster that crows.
Huh.
Or the person who buys the house could get out of the contract because they can't stand the rooster. So you have to declare everything.
You didn't declare they can get out of it, you're saying. But if you're covered by saying declaring it, if they're committed, they say, well, they try and get out of it. Well, everything's declared, and trying to wrangle out of it, saying, oh, it's haunted, but we said everything anyway. So you're covered, aren't you?
Mark, have we got anything like that over here?
Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
What? The house, but then there's exceptions. My aunt's house across the street, 5 people have died in it. And because it was a repossession and the bank bought it or had it and sold it, they didn't have to declare anything. And then a guy killed himself in it and tried to burn the house down, and they rebuilt it and sold it again. I don't know what's going on over there, but...
Put it down and kill himself. Oh, my God.
Yes, and his dog. So, there's something weird going on over there.
Tell me, my God.
Spirits.
I know. You know, if I told
good spirits.
everything that happened over there, I'm not going to because it'll just be weird.
Come over here. Paul, must come over here. Some great haunted places over there you can visit. You'll be the many haunted mansions and castles there. You'll love it. You'll love it. In the UK.
I know people say that, like the Whaley House in San Diego, where people were hung and all kinds of stuff. I go there, nothing.
Yep.
I go to every place that they say is haunted.
So the Ghost Adventures did that. They investigated, didn't they? Jack Bagans, didn't they?
Where I tend to pick things up is in the least likely expected places.
Yeah.
Just normal places, like.
You got him blind then? There's no history.
The guy behind the tree.
Hey?
The guy behind the tree. There's no one behind the tree. Oh. You know, that kind of stuff. But I love cemeteries. They're my favorite place. There's got to be some wonderful cemeteries.
Yeah. Wonderful cemetery.
I love tracings on the stones, but so many of them are just worn off. And what's really horrible is they've taken a lot of the stones and just put them to the edges so they can mow the grass, but they haven't moved the bodies. You can't even read what the stones say anyway. It was just slate, and the wind has worn it out. What's really neat, in Lunenburg, Nova Scotia, the wind blows so hard, it blows barnacles on the gravestones, and they attach there, but then they die. So there's barnacles all over the gravestones in that cemetery. I absolutely loved it.
Actually, that's the stone, isn't it? The thing, the feel of it. Come here, romantic. I don't know. I like that. Well, I looked at my auntie's uncle grave over there. There's no gravestone. After all that, no stone. I couldn't spent ages trying to find my uncle's and auntie's grave. No gravestone. And there's no gravestone next to it. So I put a flower there. That's not paranormal, but the flower there is a tribute, and the flower's gone. Back down.
I always feel peace in cemeteries.
Can't believe it. Anyway. But Arizona,
in Yuma, Arizona, usually on our way into Phoenix, and I go to my grandparents' grave, and I feel just peace in cemeteries. I've never felt anything but just peace.
Yeah.
And I love to go through them during the day because they tell stories. You know, you see a man and a wife and another wife and another wife. All these women died, very young, so you assume childbirth. Or poetry. They leave poetry on these, these black towers in Maine. It was just beautiful. And the moss that was growing on the tombstones was orange, red, green. It was beautiful.
You got lichens on there as well, don't you? Lichens, they've got those on there.
Well, I'm going to get
graves over there.
in Broughton Asti or something like that, where she lives. Broughton Asti in Leicestershire.
Leicestershire.
But it sounds better if you say Shire. It's like the.
I think because we say Shire, but when we do say Shire on its own, but when we link it up with that Warwickshire, Leicestershire, we say Shire instead of Shire. We do say Shire though on its own. It's just right strange though, but you're quite right. Why do we say Shire?
I think Julie lives nearby Leicestershire or the outskirts of Leicestershire.
Yeah, she lives in Broughton Astley or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think she's too far away from us. From Leicester, from where I'm living, it's about an hour away.
30 miles. We're 30 miles from Leicester, we are. So.
Yeah, we ain't too far.
In Leicestershire, we're in lovely, good old little Warwickshire. Shire, sorry.
Because you mentioned, Paul, you must be moving to the UK, ain't you?
Well, the problem with California, especially, is there's nothing old here. This is a new state. Pretty much 1900s. People, but Cabrillo was there, the Spaniards, blah, blah, blah. Well, they didn't build anything. We don't have anything old and ancient like you do. I have a list of everything I want to see there already. I mean, it's getting so ridiculously long. I have to move there.
Definitely. You enjoy it if you get over here.
Kenilworth Castle, Warwick Castle, very haunted castle. Kenilworth Castle and Warwick Castle. No, not sure about Kenilworth. That's a big question mark there. Warwick Castle is supposed to be very haunted. Yeah, and what's haunted there as well is St Mary's Hall, Coventry. That's the Guildhall. St Mary's Hall, was it the Guildhall? That dates back to the 1340s.
Well,
Unfortunately, it got bombed on the war. It got bombed on the war, so lost its roof, so they'd have to rebuild it. It was a shame. They put new bosses in the ceiling, those ornate figures with angels or whatever. Reconstruct it because they lost the beams and lost the roof to the German bomb, which is a damn shame, though. But you wouldn't think so. It's been bombed. It's got the brilliant reconstruction after the war. Amazing, yeah. But that's supposed to be very haunted, that place. Yeah.
but if you think about England,
there's a monk's supposed to be there, and a monk's supposed to be there, and there's supposed to be a blue lady, or was it a grey lady? It's one or the other.
Carry on, Paula.
England is a freaking huge cemetery. There's
That's very true.
and everything that you could just walk out into a field and just sit down and probably be sitting on somebody. I'm surprised.
You don't know.
Unless they went 6 feet under, but I'm sure in wars they couldn't dig 500 6 feet under graves. So why don't they dig up more people? Because nobody will. They just farm. They don't get down deep enough. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. You never.
I'm sure if you walked across a field and you were really open to it or empath, you might feel something there. But then is it rude to dig someone up? Isn't that like a grave robber? But my weakness is abandoned cemeteries. That's what I love. Abandoned cemeteries.
Yeah. Well,
I just have to find them.
We've got some up in Yorkshire direction, around about Barnsley direction, where our graveyards are all overgrown by woodlands now. And in the woodlands, you can see headstones, old headstones.
We've got Black-Eyed Shorty in the chat room.
They're
I think it was credit because his smile is upside down. I could be wrong. What's going on? What is going on? Black-Eyed Shorty says hi in the chat room. Where are you from, Black-Eyed Shorty? Reveal yourself. Not that way. Behave now. Come on, you know you want to. Black-Eyed Shorty. Do carry on.
What kind of a language is that?
It's just the way Mark's speaking.
It's the chat room. There's somebody in the chat room there. Have a bit of fun there. Yeah.
Upside down?
Yeah, carry on. Yeah, sorry.
But anyway, and this is going to seem probably morbid to the world. I've always wanted to find a grave and then excavate it and put it on my plastic mat and put all the bones out and lay everything out perfectly. And then look at the teeth and see, you know, what kind of a life they had. And look at the bones to see what kind of a life they had and try to figure out why they died and their age.
You can do. I think
you can go with the teeth. What the health of the person with the teeth, can't you? And
I think you have to be an archaeologist. I think you have to be an archaeologist or something like that.
Hey, sorry.
But you know, you can see how people, if their bones are bowed and their joints are worn, you're going to know they had a hard life.
You can tell all sorts. You can tell all sorts of diseases by the bones. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Well, except with my luck, I'd probably dig some up with tuberculosis and then I'd get it.
People with syphilis, their bones are all kind of strange patterned, aren't they? As well, you can tell that they can tell that syphilis by by looking at the bones, can't they? I think, yeah. Yeah,
and especially with syphilis, you can tell it goes.
Henry VIII died of syphilis. Henry VIII, he died of that.
Nigel is always planting trees, and I'm always asking Julie, if Nigel plants a tree and finds a skeleton, I'll come over that night, please.
How's Julie anyway? I haven't seen her for the last couple of days. I think last time she was live 2 days ago.
Yeah, today she worked out in her yard in the back, and she
that's why
pinched her sciatic nerve.
Ooh.
And,
I have that's called Karen. He gets on my nerves.
Oh my God, I thought she was going to die. And then every time she'd moan and groan and try to get up, I would just start laughing and say, "You're going to be in competition with your mom tonight," you know, and she'd be like, "Don't make me laugh." Oh my God. She hasn't been on because the last time she's been on, last maybe 4 or 5 times, no one shows up. I guess there's no garden talk left.
I seen the one where she was doing art and craft with the hedgehog, colouring the hedgehog. Then I think the other one she was showing her iPad or something. The last 2 times she's been on.
A hedgehog.
That's it. I seen that one. And then I think I seen the other one with the iPad where she's showing different drawings and different stuff like that. But like you say, last couple of days she ain't been getting many in.
But
I think you're about
winter's setting in. What's there to talk about? Nobody will say what they're doing to prepare for winter or if they're growing any winter crops. You guys can't grow winter crops. I've just put in my second crop of tomatoes. Babs grows everything in her garden right now. She's getting beans and peas and planting lettuce and all kinds of stuff.
See, because the reason why I watch Julie's channel, I don't know much about gardening, so I listen to you guys talking the way what seeds to plant, what season to grow in, this, that, and the other. And that's how I pick up good tips from you guys, because I like I say, well, Mark's a bit more gardener than me, but I learn from you guys how the way you pick things and see how you do different stuff and what way you should do it, and give hints and tips to each other.
Babette in the garden, she can tell you all kinds of shortcuts on how to plant everything. But see, that's the whole thing. You have different growing seasons.
That's it.
Now we haven't had rain in how many years? So, you know, my electric bill was $1,350. Trees alive, and the little grass I have in the back for my, you know, I have chickens. I raise chickens. I have blankety blank chickens. I can't say how many I have. Is this on radio or just YouTube?
YouTube at the moment.
YouTube.
I have over 70 exotic chickens of all kinds. And then I sell the eggs. I won't eat my own chicken eggs. I won't even eat chicken now. If I had a cow, I probably couldn't eat beef anymore. It just makes it too personal, but you know, who knows? The paranormal world. He it's another dimension.
It's very interesting. Like I was saying to Mike earlier on, this one guy, he was trying to put his opinions across. Because he put his opinion across, probably the other guy didn't like the way he was putting it, but he was letting people know in the right way about these boxes and how much they sell for and this, that, and the other. Because he expressed his opinion about another station, he got booted off. But I thought YouTube was a platform where you can express yourself and talk about anything. But in a nice way. And then he gets booted off. I ain't got a clue.
Yeah.
Because the wonder, what's that box? What he made, that Huff? He made a box where you can. It's like white noise and stuff like that, and you can use it through that way. And basically, he was saying you don't need this, you don't need that, because blah blah blah. I don't know. He could be right. He could be wrong. Some people support the Huff. Some people may not support them. Some people may support audio magnitude. Some people may not like what he was saying. But I don't think he should get his YouTube closed down because this, that, and the other. I have seen worse than that. And I probably reckon you probably might have seen worse than that on YouTube, Paula, on certain channels.
You know what? I think the worst thing they can show on that is when they torture animals and they show these movies and it comes up on my timeline. That's the only thing that really gets me is animals and children. other than that, if I don't like it, I just click off and go someplace else.
Now, how strange that they allowed that to show on YouTube.
I
They
know.
check that, but they can boot someone up or close down a station for speaking your opinion, but you can show that on YouTube and they don't boot them off. Now, which one's worse about? What do you reckon? Speaking your opinion or allowing that kind of concepts on that platform?
I don't know. I saw one once that just, I was sick for 2 weeks. I just couldn't get over it. It'll never get out of my mind. I can't erase it. I wish I could be hypnotized and have it taken out of my mind. It was so terrible. But I was going to tell you, I was on the phone with my really good friend about 1988 when her husband worked nights. He was a prison guard or a correctional officer,
Okay.
I mean. And a telephone call broke through on call waiting, and they asked if Stuart was going to come to work. And she said, well, he left an hour ago. He should be there. And then about an hour later, there was a knock at the door, and the police were there, and he had been murdered on his way to work with a deer rifle. It went through the side of the car and up through his kidney and through his heart. Really just violently murdered. And so, of course, she cried all night and everything.
That's terrible.
She got up and walked in the bedroom and distinctively heard him say, Joyce, I'm here. And then she came to live with me while our house was being built in Prescott, Arizona. And there was a crystal cat that I gave her, a crystal cat with the holding a heart. And we had it just up on a shelf. And we just, we'd go shopping and watch TV and do day events and stuff like that. And one day we were just sitting there, and that cat just went flying across the room and landed at my feet. And I'm like, what the heck? And then one night when my husband was there, did the same thing. So, he was like, okay, I believe you. And that was the only thing I have ever heard with Stuart. But maybe they do try to make contact with us from beyond. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. But I know my Uncle Billy's voice, and I know that was him yelling, saying my name in my ear.
What do you reckon, Mark?
That's really sad tale. Just taken aback there. So listening to that, that's very.
Well, there's a lot more to the story. I was keeping it short, but of course, when
Very
she.
sorry for your friend on the but that's terrible. Yeah.
Well, you should have heard the scream. I'm on the phone thinking she'd been murdered. And then like 5 minutes later, she picks up the phone and just screaming, "Stuart's dead! Stuart's dead!" And I'm like, "Oh my God! What do you do? It's midnight. She's 8 hours away from me.
Terrible.
There's no anybody there."
Sorry, you said he come back in spirit form to reassure her he contacted her. That's what you said. I think that's what you said, wasn't it?
If it was him, she said it was his voice.
Yeah, she'd know that. She'd know his voice. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he only contacted her one other time. He said her name 3 times, and then she never really heard anything again until she unpacked everything at my house, and that cat flicked across the room those 3 times. And then she moved to Arizona and never heard from him again.
Yeah.
I have never heard from my daddy. It kills me. I wish I could hear from him. I can hear him in my voice, Don't put a nail in a wooden door. Beware of, all the stuff he taught me on my life.
Passed over, you're saying his death passed over. Sorry. Yeah. That's
The people.
I hear my dad telling me off. Even now, was that him? That wispy powder, misty wispy powder that passed through the wall that time, a year and a half ago. Was that him? Sort of making a presence? No, I don't know. Just a thought. Yeah. It was 15 years.
My dad died in this house. My mom died in this house.
That collapse. He never died. He died in hospital. He collapsed on the landing there. So, but I thought he was dead, but he was still sort of breathing, shallow breathing, like Well, he's usually buried across the way there, cemetery. I've actually slept in the room when my auntie died in. I didn't know that until afterwards, about 1980. Oh my god! I don't think it was the same mattress, but I thought it was the same bed. Not the mattress. It was quite afterwards. No, but it's kind of unnerving. That's the very grave I went to pay tribute to. I couldn't find the grave because there was no stone, and a guy directed me over there and found it for me. So laid a flower there, but the flower was gone after putting it there the day before. No, it's gone.
Well, you got to think.
I've got the
best way to think
the grave, the gone, Kieran. You pay tributes to your loved ones, your uncle and his wife. They're both in the same grave, same block, and the fucking flower's gone. What the fuck's going on? Don't tell me his wind's blowing it down. There's vandals, there's idiots going around there. So they say they say that there's big signs.
A lot of times people will take flowers. Isn't there a place to put flowers? Isn't there a base on the grave?
There's a base. That's where I put the flowers on. Yeah.
Are they live?
There's a live flower. Yeah.
Get silk flowers and then get some styrofoam and some florist putty, and then put that there in the bottom of it, and then put silk flowers in, and it'll dry, and nobody can get them out.
Yeah.
And they can't just walk by and take them; they'd have to chisel them out.
Yeah, no grave there at all. It's just a base. What happens to the graves? It's a grey or black marble stone. No, it's marble. It's a black marble, can't it? Aren't they all marble? I don't know. What do I know about marble?
Granite.
Because you get granite and marble, don't you? That's right. Because isn't the marble more sort of like greyish with that kind of crazy kind of effect?
You can put granite in any color. Marble.
I'm not thinking about the, like I said, the texture, the structure of the stones. I don't know.
When I go to cemeteries, I always try to find the oldest part to go to. Yeah,
so this cemetery is very young. It's compared to this 1943, so it's not very old. Whereas the other cemetery, the other side of the city, half is not used. Dates back to 1843, so it precedes Canley Crematorium. Then the Road Cemetery in Coventry precedes Canley Crematorium by, say, 100 years. It's the early Victorian period, 1840s. Yeah. So half of it's disused. It's still in use, but a lot of it's not in use. I'm saying, it goes back to early, mid, and late Victorian and onwards. To parts that are in use are not. It's not fully out of use. I'm saying. I don't think so. Anyway.
You guys are up at midnight.
Sorry?
You guys are up at midnight.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's when I turned to cooking.
What time is it over where you are then? Mid-afternoon?
4 p.m.
No, the children in the night. Let's go back to my coffin because I think I'll go out for a vampire street later on. I become the children of the night.
It's 4 p.m. You are 8 hours ahead of me.
We're 8 hours ahead, yeah.
So it's 4 p.m. over there, Mark.
We're midnight, yeah. That's why I turned to my pumpkin. Yeah. Cinderella. Long story. Yes, it's how long ago I asked that enjoy the show tonight, so that's been really good.
Yeah.
And we've got 5 watching so far out of 3, so that's pretty good actually.
They say I just read this, your guardian angel is near if you find a feather.
Oh. Where you seen that then? I ain't know that expression.
The Discovery or the History Channel? All those documentary things?
Yes, I know.
Oh, yeah.
But
so
Forrest
feather.
Put headphones on that.
Indians placed a lot of value in feathers.
That's a good having headphones. Imagine if there's technology on those headphones. Hello? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, Mark was on about feathers. Say it again, Paula, because I don't think Mark heard.
Oh, the movie Forrest Gump. There's a feather in that movie, but the Indians place a lot of value on feathers. They're everywhere. But I just saw this documentary on angels and guardian angels and whatever, and it just said you know your guardian angel's near if you find a feather. It can be any kind, not a white one. It can be any color.
That's thanks. That's what I know. I never saw that movie in its full anyway. So
it's you guys what makes this channel brilliant. You like coming in and discussing paranormal and learning new things about feather and stuff like we wouldn't know till you just told us now. So brilliant! Thank you, Paula, for that.
You're welcome.
Excellent. Thanks for coming on our show. Yeah, that's very good. So, what's your favourite paranormal show, Paula? What sort of get your paranormal juices going?
Don't watch them. Babs and I we just go nuts because there'll be something and the guy will go, "What is that?" And then they go to commercial.
Typical. That's what they do over it.
They are stupid. I don't watch them.
Don't watch them.
No, they're just stupid. They're fake. Nothing ever happens.
Well, they say they do, but whether it's genuine or not, I don't know.
I mean, even at the Winchester House, the most haunted place in the world, nothing happens. It always happens when you least expect it. That's why if you go there, nothing's going to happen. Or you're waiting for something to show up cold on a scope, or there's a lady in a black dress over there, and they okay.
Well, the grey lady or the blue lady appears. I know.
Well, I don't know if you get good ones, but we don't. We definitely don't.
We have the same problem over here when it's on TV. What it is that make it entertaining? So the sort of like they got to put a description before they come on there. This is entertainment purpose only because one group done it wrong and then they have to change the ways by putting in. This is only entertaining person only. Like when you're watching the TV program. Yeah,
they do that for all of them, don't they? Really, they do all that beforehand. They show the program. They show ghost adventures or those haunted or taps. That's right. Yeah.
That's why some of these groups on YouTube are sometimes very reluctant when they get offered to go on TV because the only thing about going on TV, then they'll lose their rights and their credibility because they got to go by what the TV company wants to do, and certain groups won't go down that road because that ain't them, if you know what I mean, because they want to stay true to their self. They don't want to go by some person in the office saying we want you to make this TV program because such and such this will look better, if you know what I mean.
Right. I think on one of them, in fact, they were losing so many ratings. I think one guy had somebody bite him just so he could say something bit him and show a bite mark.
Well, yeah. I can't believe it.
I really think so because it was so stupid.
Somebody bit him, and he made that was something to do with some demonic or a ghost or some of a paranormal nature. Bit him.
If they're in a really nice place that I would love to see the inside of or something, I'll like it. I will watch it to see the architecture or something like that. But a farmhouse with nothing, blah blah. No.
Well, if you watch,
I'll watch.
If you watch Chris Holton's, he's on well, he used to be on YouTube, but now he's on Patreon or Amazon.
I don't watch anybody on YouTube because Babs just told me about you.
Is that good or bad?
Good.
And then the other one was, look, I can see red. And I'm like, is that a clock radio? Or these other guys They go in abandoned houses and look at all the stuff that's there, and they've been trashed and whatever. So that's kind of a bummer, but I would watch it if it was real. If they could just get something that would be real.
Okay.
Don't we, Mark? On our thingy, most YouTubers do editing and stuff like that. I don't do anything like that. I'll prefer it nice and raw and pure, if you know what I mean. I don't mess around with it. Certain people pick it up, they pick it up, they don't. They take the way we are, ain't we, Mark? We always say 100% true to ourselves. We don't fake nothing, we don't edit nothing, we just
Nope.
put it out there. But we don't say we don't definitely say it's paranormal. Keep your mind open. Just
and it's sure the scriptures like it's all off our mind, complete off our heads.
Yeah, most times I'm always off our head.
What does paranormal mean? Your viewers.
It's above, isn't it? It's above normal, isn't it? Para. It's that Latin, isn't it? So above all.
Normal. There's
the realm of
normal.
Normal. I don't know. It's para. Because it's in Spanish and Latin, so it's Latin based. It's Latin, is that origin? Para. It's I think without normal constraints, some of that I can't remember the same right now. Yeah.
Mark, can you look at downstairs?
Yeah, go downstairs, yeah. I have to listen more because I can't talk much. I have to listen to you talk because I can't talk because your brother's in bed, yeah.
So
well,
how
you go downstairs
in their minds?
Sorry, you talk to
Our parents have told us, you don't have an invisible friend, you can't see anybody, there's nothing there, stop it. I don't want you to do that anymore. Go to bed without dinner, you can't have candy, no, whatever. How do you open your mind back up to be able to hear these things or talk to these people?
The closed minds. I'm going to go downstairs.
Are you going to take your lot downstairs?
Laptop, yeah.
Yeah, you can still join back in the live show by doing the same how you've done.
Yeah, just because para means above normal. It's not normal. It's above another. that's good point, Steve. What does it mean, para? Yeah. That's okay. See you in a minute. All right.
I'll send you a fresh connection once you're downstairs.
Yeah,
you should be able to get back in the chat room. I'll send you a link so you can get back in the live show with us if you want.
That's why I've been speaking very quietly, you see.
Don't forget to bring your headsets downstairs.
Okay. I might hold a mask and it's a long story. I'm joking.
So I'll see you in 5 minutes then. I think he's gone. He's gone.
My boyfriend in high school swore that he had a friend named Charlie growing up. Till he was about 5 years old. And they're Latter-day Saints, Mormons. So they took him to church and made him stop seeing this man or this person named Charlie. I don't know how, but he still talks about him like he was his childhood friend. I mean, he does unless I ask. But it's just weird that people are always shutting kids off to the invisible friend thing, and so many kids have them. It really makes me wonder: is there something there, or do they just grow up and get real friends and forget about the other ones?
Good question. Very good question.
How much? I don't know if you have much. Let's go to the mall, when you're a teenager. Oh, yeah, this is my friend Stephanie. Oh, okay. They put them in the loony bin. That's just how it is. I suspect this all happened.
That's crazy.
In the Middle Ages, they probably burned people as witches who claimed to have talk to anything that nobody could see.
Yeah.
No, I have heard of that. Where they get burnt out estates and stuff like that for witchcraft and stuff like that. I don't know if you've seen the film The Wicker Man.
The Wicker Man, I've seen both of them.
That's very interesting.
I didn't even know there was a first cat people.
No.
Yeah, Kinski was in the one, but just today I saw one coming on that said cat people, and then I flicked it over and it was black and white, and I was like, this can't be the same movie. It was. Of course, being in, that long ago, they didn't really show anything, but the one with David Bowie singing in it was much better.
Ah.
But sometimes showing too much makes things not scary anymore. They showed too much of the alien. He's not even scary anymore. They've showed too much of the Predator. He's not scary anymore. They're making Predator. We've already seen him. Big deal.
Yeah, because they're meant to be bringing out a new film with Predator. When I was growing up, I think that when I was younger, the scary film, I think it was It. Don't know if you heard of that. It, the clown. That was scary when I was growing up.
But the movie was stupid.
Or The Exorcist.
I thought the movie The Exorcist was stupid. It was fake looking.
Didn't they ban that in certain countries? That film.
Is what?
Didn't they ban that film in certain countries, The Exorcist? Because it was too scary or something to
I don't know
watch
anything about that movie. The Exorcist? Wasn't it filmed? Didn't it take place in London or England?
Yeah. Yeah, England. Yeah. Where they've done all different stuff over here with the movie, and they made a couple.
Another one that was really, really freaky was Audrey Rose.
Audrey Rose. I don't think I've heard of that one.
I know. It was so freaky. I don't think you should, if you ever find it, watch it. That one, it was about, can a soul, when you're reincarnated, can you go into another soul too soon?
That sounds very interesting, that one does.
So that one was really good, Audrey Rose. There's been some that have been on that they were really good, and then you never can find them again. They should never have remade True Grit. That was a horrible mistake. They should never have remade Flight of the Phoenix. Horrible mistake. Why did they remake Poseidon Adventure?
I ain't got a clue, but like you say, you shouldn't mess around when you do a first film like that and then try to make a second, because you ain't going to top the first one what they made, and they're trying to make a second.
Why?
It's crazy.
Make Psycho. Psycho was. I wouldn't even watch the second one of the remake.
I like all the regional ones. When they trying to make a trilogy, sometimes it works and sometimes it don't work. Most of the times it don't work, like you were saying.
Sometimes I don't even know that movies are remakes.
Like you say, like the Poseidon Adventure, they made the first one, then they made a second one. I thought the first one was more better than the second one. The second one was lacking in what the first one made, if you know what I mean. And then same like the movie, like Scream, you make 1, 2, 3. You make so many, it ruins it. Always stick to the originals.
The Last Alien was very upsetting.
Yeah.
He gave birth and the thing was like alive and wanted Ellen Rigby, and they sucked it out the window and it was screaming, and I just got up and left.
You into Star Trek?
Oh yeah. We have a show here now called, well, it's something new. I forget what it's called, but it's like Star Trek. They're on a starship. I love Star Trek, Next Generation, and Voyager.
Oh yeah, I think that was Captain Janeway, the Next Generation card. I think the original orangey one will be Kirk, the first one, and I think what was the other one? You got Deep Space Nine with Cisco, and what was your? I think
Make 4, but I can't think of the other one.
But I think now, I heard Patrick Stewart says they're making a new Next Generation, according to Sky News. Don't know if that's true, but that's what I've seen on Sky News. Patrick Stewart says that they're going to make a Next Generation movie.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I love those.
Yeah, I checked it on Sky News. It was like about a month ago. He was on about making a new movie of the Next Generation. Because I always want to know what happened. I know the last one they made, Data died in that one, where it's his son and Data said, "That's it. It's just I hate endings like that, and you don't know what's going to happen next because in that film he had his twin brother and he shared information and stuff like that. So that'd be interesting. What movie the Next Generation is going to bring out? Is there anything to do with Data?
Why did they kill him? Although
he's brilliant.
We did see him again in Independence Day. He was the mad scientist.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. I think it was Independence Day 1 and 2. I think where he come out the coma. They put him in that room. Poor old Data.
And then he looked at his friend and goes, as his partner, and said, "You got fat." Yeah, we've been in a coma for 20 years. That was funny. I just saw a really good I think you can watch American Horror Story on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
They have a new one. It just started last week called Armageddon. And everybody thinks it's going to be a zombie movie or something, but I've noticed something in it. When the guy goes in the bathroom and the mirror's all fogged up, there's 666 written on the mirror. And then at the end of the show, some guy comes riding in on 2 horses and a carriage. Of course, everything's dead, but the bushes around there aren't dead. It's nuclear winter. And this guy is beautiful. He's got beautiful hair and beautiful eyes and everything. And Lucifer was God's most beautiful angel. So I think they're talking about not Armageddon as in zombies. They're talking about Armageddon as in, it's Lucifer's reign or something. Isn't that what Armageddon is? It's a church. They don't really get into Revelations.
No. That's it. The other day, did you ask Julie? Did she know Queen? Did I watch
Julie do what?
No, didn't you ask Julie if she heard a band called Queen?
Julie doesn't know anything about music except Austrian folk music because that's what her parents will only listen to.
Ah.
The band Queen, not the Queen of England.
Oh no, I know what you mean. That's
She doesn't know any bands. Nothing. She doesn't even know she knows who the Beatles are, but she couldn't name a song. She just doesn't know, and she really has never cared.
She's more into her nature, though, ain't she? Though.
Yeah, she really is.
She loves that side of things. Yeah, definitely.
Nice to go hiking, and it's so hard because she has to be with her mom all the time, and she only gets really 2 hours on Tuesday and Thursday, so she can't do the allotment. She can't really go on hikes. She hiked across Australia. The horror stories of that. Well, I call them horror stories. She liked it.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she went along. She flew along to Australia and just started meeting people in the desert.
On their own? I couldn't do that.
He met some people. I think there was somebody with her. But remember I asked her to tell about that bathroom she went in the dark? And then she came out. And then there was a huge sandstorm, so they all went in there. And somebody put a torch on, which is what?
Yeah.
1,000 redback black widows in there.
Oh, God.
So they all went running back out. I would have torched that thing.
Because when she went over, didn't she? She stayed in one part, and then she didn't like it, so then she went to a B&B or something.
She's never gone to the north part where all the parrots and the salties are.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun to see the salties. Of course, it would be my luck if a giant rogue one would knock the boat over, like in that movie Rogue. That scared me. Rogue, that movie about that giant salty that went rogue and bit a hole in the boat, and they were all on an island that the tide was coming in. That was horrifying. That was a good one, though. I wish there isn't really any scary movies anymore.
Not like they used to make it. When I was younger, my dad had brought me up on their generation, but nowadays, no, not really. Not really.
Maybe we're older. But what movie stands out in your head that scared you the most?
Oh. Trying to think now. Could be Chainsaw Massacre. Horrors, I get freaked out at any horrors. Always behind the pillows. Horrors I ain't good at.
See, slasher movies don't scare me because I don't know why, they just don't. But a movie that really got me, and you've never heard of it, because I was 8 years old when I watched it. My mom went to a meeting and told my dad, "Don't let her watch that movie." Okay. Well, he fell asleep on the couch, you know how dads are. So I watched called The Crawling Eye. They were Martians, and they were cooling down the Earth to take over.
Yeah, seen that film. Did they make a black and white thing to that too?
It's black and white, yeah.
Yeah, and then
if you look at it, it looks so stupid because you can tell they're garden hoses for his tentacles, and then a B-52 bomber takes them out. But that movie scared the bejesus out of me so badly that I couldn't stay in my bedroom. I would only sleep in the bathroom because I thought the tentacles were going to come through, and they bite off your head and suck out everything, kind of like when you have a crawdad boil or whatever. Oh, you don't have those. But I was afraid that tentacle was going to come through the wall and grab me and, bite off my head and suck all my juices out. So I started sleeping in the bathtub. So my parents actually moved me to the master bedroom in the front of the house, and they took my bedroom because my dad was tired of me waking up screaming.
Oh, God. Hold on for 2 minutes.
What? Pardon? Hot off the ticket?
He'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry about that, I'm back. Yeah, that movie, what you was on about, I'm sure they made a sequence to that, because they made a black and white version of it, then they made a colour version of that, and then I think They made an up-to-date one with Tom Cruise in it, if I remember rightly.
That's War
Is that
of the
the one?
Worlds.
Is that the wrong one?
Yeah, that's War of the Worlds.
So you mean the other one then, don't you?
Excuse me?
You mean the other one with a black and white? What was the black and white film called again?
The Crawling Eye.
Oh no, no. Sounds similar though.
They have it on Amazon. On
Oh,
Amazon America. I don't know about UK. Because I'm always looking for stuff for Julie on Amazon UK and they don't have it.
I don't know. You would have thought they'd do the same thing. Amazon, one big massive company, even if it's in the US and UK, you would have thought they sell the same stuff.
It doesn't always hold true. Like, she can only get certain mouthwashes that we have here in Amazon. There's not a big selection. But they have more candy in the UK than our Amazon.
Huh. Didn't know that. What do you want, Marcus? He says he's joined the chat room.
Like today, I was like, Julie, I'm going to call the bakery and order you the most decadent, gooey chocolate cake in the world so you can just get over it. And she was like, no, don't do that.
I'm here. How do I get back in?
Click on the link. Huh. That's it. Mark's having difficulty joining back in again. You should be able to join back in. Or shall I send the link through the chat room? I don't know.
Well, if you just copy that link above in your address thing and just stick it in the chat room, he can get back in and then you can delete it.
Haley, tell him I'll send a link in if he's in the YouTube chat room, I'll send a link in there so he can click into it. Oh yeah, he's in the chat room now, so I've just got to send a link. I'm glad you're here. There you go. And all he's got to do is click on the link. Time to click on that link what I just put. Hopefully you get it.
It works the best in Google Chrome.
It works, as long as he's logged in Google Chrome, it works that way.
Yeah.
I don't know why YouTube keep changing their platforms and settings and this, that, and the other. So confusing sometimes.
Well, Facebook is worse. I noticed Amazon has a new look and I don't like it.
Oh, they changed their looks.
Here, they didn't in England.
In England, well, so far on Amazon in England, it looks like the same. I don't know about America.
Have you ever been here?
No, I'd love to go there. I know Mike's got family over your direction, as he was saying, but no, I'd love to go over there.
That's 800 miles away in San Francisco. We're a really long state. I think California is as big as England. But we have a lot of desert.
Hey?
We have a lot of desert. We don't have
Oh,
any.
yeah.
We don't have anything.
God.
Not good, not
a
good.
starter home in San Diego will probably cost you about $700,000.
But I reckon over America it's more tougher over there.
American dollars. For a starter home?
That's a lot.
My mom and dad's house cost, well, their first house was $5,000 and it had an acre. That was 1950. And their second home was $17,000 and it was almost on an acre and it was just, you know, really nice. But holy cow. There's a house up the street, $900,000. And you look at the outside going, what? There used to be some Muslims who lived there.
Yeah,
I always thought there was a carousel up there because they always drove black vans with tinted windows. And there was always these young guys there. So I was convinced it was a terror cell, but John would let me follow the FBI.
Yeah.
Now I'll probably get you kicked off YouTube for saying that.
Would they? Oh, God. Huh.
In America, though, it's harder over there. Over here, no. Have you got a similar over here? We've got a dole, so you're employed. You get you sign on. But over there, what's that? Is that a year? You can sign on a dole. After that, you got to find a job or something.
Sign on a year for what?
No, if you're out of work or something, have you got a dole system over there?
Unemployment?
Yeah, that's it.
You can file for unemployment after you've been unemployed. You can file the next day. But if you got fired and it was your fault, you're not going to get unemployment.
That's the same like over here. If you got intentionally yourself and.
But if you got laid off or moved or something like that, you can get unemployment. But it doesn't pay diddly squat.
Whoa.
It's like John has leukemia, and even with leukemia, if he went out on a disability retirement with his federal retirement, he'd be taking a huge pay cut. We couldn't afford to live here.
God, that ain't good, is it?
Well, I would like to move to England because that's where all my ancestors are from, is England or Scandinavia Vikings.
Yeah.
Because in England, you can just go across to France and drive up to Denmark.
I think the best place for you will be like villages because you like old properties and stuff like that. So I always say some kind of village in Yorkshire. Oh, could be.
We're looking at a stone house made out of. I found one built in 1100 that used to be a lodge where the king came to hunt, but they turned half of it into this contemporary bed and breakfast thing. Oh God, they just ruin them when they do that. And it's on like 1/10 of an acre. No, that's not going to work. I want animals. And then we found one today that's really nice. It's so nice, it's scary because it's like, okay, what's wrong? It's got the well, it's got, windmill, holding tank, you think all this stuff because I'm a prepper. But, you're like, whoa, this property, why is it only $340,000 when all these other ones like it are $800,000? Oh, maybe it's haunted. That would be great. I'd have everybody over.
Oh, there you go. That's Mark. You got a bit of feedback there, Mark. Yeah, we can hear you.
Lovely suggestion. That's something else. Where's that good girl?
Mark, on your end, we've got a bit of feedback. It's a bit of humming.
Not me. We're closer then.
Paula?
Yeah?
Can you hear that feedback?
Yeah, it's humming and I can't hear him.
Absolutely fly. Go away.
I can't hear that good.
I got three before, but hearing you. This is well, really.
There's ghosts messing around with him. Piss them off, and now they're messing with him.
What do I do now?
You're in now. I don't know what you...
Charger.
Oh, there you go. That's better. There you go.
I had the charger on. That's what it was. So I was charging the laptop up.
Oh, there you go.
What have I got to turn off now?
Totally
No,
better.
Oh, somebody sounds like Zippy in the background. Did that sound nothing like me? You're missing out on a really good voice there. What you're hearing there, it's terrible. It really, my own voice, you're really missing out there. Really.
I think it sounds great.
That's awful.
It's great.
I sound better. How I hear myself far better than you. But what you hear, you really are missing out. I've been rather narcissistic there.
Well, you're probably hearing it louder.
How do I turn that background crap off? Hang on.
No, you're perfect, Mark.
Why am I hearing myself in the background?
Mute your YouTube channel.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Don't worry, loads of people made that mistake. When you got a YouTube open, you leave two. Speak. You got to mute. You just got to mute the YouTube one, so you don't get a double feedback on yourself.
I know. Double hangouts.
Yeah, no. Mute the YouTube channel.
Is that better? Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
God, help me. Is it all right now?
Yeah. Perfect.
I can hear myself again. It's scary hearing your voice afterwards.
It looks very professional.
I know.
What are you eating?
Special K.
I think
Special K.
Kellogg's Special K without the milk.
Oh, breakfast. Kellogg's cornflakes.
Hold one up.
Have you get that? You got the States. You get this. Kellogg's cornflakes make them. Kellogg's.
Hold one up, Mark.
It's not a chip. He's eating chips and he just doesn't want us to know. Or what do you call them? Crisps?
No, I think it's breakfast. What he's eating.
Flakes.
Special K is not really a flake. It's thicker.
It's Kellogg's cornflakes, but the mixture of wheat and rice.
They have Kellogg's
I won't eat them anymore.
Frosted Flakes and chocolate milk.
I sound terrible. That's how I sound like. It's ridiculous. I don't like the sound of my voice. Never have done. I'm going to turn it off in a minute. That's how I sound like.
No, you're fine, mate.
I expect George to come on there and go, yes, Jeffrey.
No, you're fine, mate.
Why do you have to have headphones?
I don't.
This is.
No. I have got headphones on.
If you take your headphones off, can you hear better?
I hear my awful echo. I hear my awful alter ego in the background. Oh my god.
Take them off.
Take them off, Mark. No, he can't hear us, can he?
If he unplugs that from his computer, he can.
I've got to have the headphone. There's no built-in mic. I can't hear without the thing. No. You can't hear me.
Yeah, I can hear. No, keep it plugged in, Mark.
What would Zach Bagans do in a situation like this? Screw it. How do I get rid of that background? How do I get rid of that awful background?
I can't hear nothing, Mark.
Can't hear me?
No, we can hear you, but we ain't hearing nothing else.
You can't hear anything in the background. I can, yeah. I hear myself. I hear myself.
Are you in Wales? Is anybody in Wales?
Oh, yeah. I'm distracted from the show. Do carry on.
He's in the Midlands.
And where are you?
I'm in the middle of something.
both of us are in the West Midlands, not far from Julie.
You have a very thick accent. Because you said better. When you said better, you said better. Because I listen to Muddy Boots, I can understand people now.
I could.
Muddy Boots, I think he's like Birmingham, West Bromish accent.
That's right. That kind of way.
He's got the coal miner Welsh accent, is what he said. Because I could never understand the thing he said when I first met him.
Zippy on speed.
You take your potato. That's all I heard. I couldn't understand him.
It's weird.
Oh, me? You couldn't understand me?
No, Muddy Boots, Nigel.
Oh, Muddy Boots.
Everybody's name is Nigel.
Do I have to watch? I'm not looking at my stuff. I'm not looking at it. So I'll hear it.
Have you checked out? Have you checked out? I think it's Short to London.
Gosh, his computer fell.
I'm looking at myself. I don't want to hate myself. I don't want to look at myself.
Just knock off your camera, Mark.
What's that?
If you don't want people to see you, knock off your webcam.
I'll do that. I can see it.
It's next to the microphone.
That's a bit less painful. I've done it, yeah. Done it. Yeah, I've done it. Yeah.
Okay.
I've done it.
Not everyone likes showing themselves. Some people do, some people don't.
Well, some people, like when I talk to Julie, it's like when I get up in the morning. On hers, I've never been on another one except hers.
No.
Except if I can talk her into doing it when she first gets up, then it's like 11 o'clock here, and we're all giddy.
I got it. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, there's no feedback now. It's nice and calm. And the horror story's over. I can't see myself. No nightmares for me tonight. Thank God. I'm going to sleep.
But your webcam is too high.
Yeah, it's a laptop, you see. I'm high on the high chair.
How tall are you?
6 foot.
6 foot?
Yeah. Yeah. 6'3" high heels. Only kidding.
3 inches are pumps. No, high heels.
No, my trainer's seriously about half an inch, isn't it? So, no, but 6.5 feet now. 6'1". That should be trainers, yeah.
Your tennis shoes?
Oh, sneakers, you call them. Sneakers, don't you? With trainers, don't
East Coast is sneakers and West Coast is tennis shoes or tennies.
Oh.
East Coast and West Coast are so different. It's like another world.
East Coast and West Coast?
Mm-hmm. East Coast of the United States, New England. West Coast of the United States, California.
Yeah. So you say, hang on, I've got nothing to start eating anymore. So we say trainers, you say what? In the West Coast, you say they're not stickers, do you say what they wear or not?
Tennis shoes or tinnies.
Tennis shoes or tinnies in the West Coast. In the East Coast, they say sneakers.
Yeah.
Mm. Sneakers in the East and tennis shoes in the West. Oh, wow. I'm going off the paranormal now.
Just a touch.
Well, you say crisps. We say potato chips. They were invented in the United States, so they should be called potato chips everywhere.
We couldn't spell potato chips. We said crisps. That's what it was.
Yeah, but why did you rename them?
Not my fault. Blame me.
Mate, you shouldn't have done that.
Not guilty. Not guilty. Honestly.
And you called Jello jelly.
Mark's fault.
Your
I can't
fault.
spell Jello. I put a war at the end of it to make it more interesting. Picking off subject here, I think, though.
Okay, but if somebody says, my sister brought over a huge bowl of jelly and we all ate it. I'm like, with a spoon? Yeah. You didn't
Jello
have
over there, I didn't know that. I thought it was jelly was all you can do it for. Jello in America, jelly everywhere. I didn't know that.
I buy this really great jelly that has the Queen's endorsement.
I'm not eating more of those crisps. Sorry, potato chips.
Annie's wedding on TV. I'm so disappointed.
I'm going to take my tennis shoes off, or sneakers off as well. I'm getting very sore. I didn't know that was different from the east and west of the
Well, if you want to be cool, you'll say tinnies.
I think we're going slightly off the paranormal here, don't you? But it's interesting just the same. I enjoyed it. Hey, we discuss anything regardless if it's a paranormal or not, don't we? It's great hearing.
Well, we don't on this channel.
Help me out here, Gerd. Help me out.
No, we just go off. We just go off. Ain't scripted. We just go the way it goes.
I ain't got a script in front of me now. Well, I think everything is I've lived. Well, it's got written down there somewhere.
All right, I have a question.
Yeah.
Every ancient culture has dragons painted. Do you ever think they were really dragons?
I don't know. Really existed, no. It's like a phoenix. I don't think they're mythical creatures. I don't think they existed.
But how could every single culture have dragons?
I don't know. You've got phoenixes as well, haven't you? You get phoenixes, unicorns. That's the emblem of Scotland.
What about fairies?
Oh, I don't know about them. Again, it's just fairy. It's a fairy story. Just inventions, not leprechauns. Invention. Banshees are invention. I don't believe in banshees either. You hear a banshee, you hear a banshee scream, you die. It's nonsense. It's just a fox out his mouth off. Give it a lot. Give it loud. That's all it is. I think it can be explained.
I think it's the unknown, if you know what I mean. Not knowing what is out there, if you know what I mean. It could be, if you know what I mean.
How's it been proven? Has it been proven, or has it been proven it is there?
I think a lot of people get mixed up with the natural world, the supernatural world, and pass it on for supernatural in many ways.
I don't know. I think it's.
That's my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. Like I say, it's just unknown. It's hard to explain. I'm trying to think. Could be.
Like guardian angels, I don't know. You said about shadow people. I don't know. It's what people call them. You're calling the phrase shadow people. Oh, somebody's doing something. Hello, somebody's knocked. Who's this? Who's calling out?
Could be out there. Could be out there. You reckon that, Paula?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I was just listening.
Do you reckon about that? Fairies, bunny rabbits, the fairies, the what Matt was saying. What was it?
Well,
was it
do you watch Game of Thrones?
What's what? Sorry.
I heard of it, but I ain't watched it. It's supposed to be good or something.
You don't watch Game of Thrones?
I ain't seen. I heard of it, but I ain't seen.
No,
it.
I've not. I've seen excerpts on telly. Not. Okay. Brother's got the box sets.
The Khaleesi. walked into the fire with her husband with her 3 dragon eggs. And then everybody sat around while everything burned. And in the morning, there was just ashes, and she stood up, and there was those 3 baby dragons.
Oh, yeah.
I looked at them, and I was just like, oh, my gosh, I wish I had a baby dragon. But then they grow up and eat a cow a day. You know, they have to eat. So I wish they were real, but the government would kill them.
Exterminate them, would they? I don't know.
Or Jurassic Park just came out, and there's a volcano erupting on the island. So they say they're going to remove the dinosaurs safely, but what they're doing is removing them and auctioning them off to be killed. I won't watch it. It's too sad.
Oh, is that the new one? The new one?
It's blue. Oh, it's horrible.
Is that the latest one?
Jurassic World? Jurassic Park?
Yeah, there's the latest. There's a more newer one out, isn't it?
Yes, there's a new one out. It's really sad.
Is that where they escape the enclosures? Yes, again. I start eating people. Yes, again. Very good, though. No.
Fairies?
Fairies, I don't think they exist.
And they're just
I got to the bottom of the bottom of my, gone down to the bottom of my garden. I've never seen any. I've never seen any. Not yet, anyway.
I don't know how people can make stuff up. What about leprechauns?
It's just fabrication again. It's just made up like fairies.
I don't know. I disagree. I wouldn't see that.
There's always truth to every myth.
Probably because very small people, aren't they? Compromising height. I don't know.
Maybe they just used to be little dwarfs, little people.
Crocks of gold, I don't know.
I think the problem is because you ain't seen it or anything like that. So
There's a leprechaun, crocks of gold at the base of a rainbow. I don't know.
So what you don't see, you dismiss, don't you? If you work it out.
Or maybe they were money misers.
Leprechaun.
Somebody talked really bad about them, and they became some kind of a myth.
Hmm.
An evil banker.
I'm sure other cultures across the world got their own little people as well, haven't they? Yeah.
Well, I say when you see a rainbow,
Trolled at the end of a bridge.
Trying to chase the rainbow, that's the hardest thing.
I ain't seen many trolls hiding under bridges yet. I'm a troll, big and strong. Some of that story you see.
Oh my gosh! Did you see that movie made in Norway about the trolls that got rabies?
Trolls. Is that where they originated from? Scandinavian thing, isn't it?
Oh, it was really good. The
trolls that are babies.
Trolls look like rocks, so they hide during the day, and they just like rocks, or they live in caves. They come out at night, and they have high. You know, you think they're electric lines, but they're really something just to keep the trolls in areas. And it's just a movie. It has a sad ending because they all have rabies.
Oh, that ain't good.
That's why they were acting crazy and trying to break out.
Oh, I see. And the front experience, I just turned my picture on again.
You do love yourself, Mr. Irwin.
Spectre just come up there. I think frightened me. That vision of me when I get to sleep tonight. My own image. Without the side and the beckoning bony finger. I'll make a change.
Does Great Britain make supernatural movies?
Or do they? I don't know. The film industry, I don't know. But none of the Hollywood films, aren't they made here? Special effects thing, I don't know. That's all I know. I don't know very little about it. No, the special effects. Was it Pinewood Studios with special effects? They were all the Star Wars effects. effects were made over here. And I think like Raiders of the Lost Ark and films like that.
I mean, like Amityville Horror. Have you seen that?
I think I have, a long time ago though.
And then somebody else bought it and the same thing happened. Somebody killed everybody.
Yeah.
Why don't they just burn that house down?
Sorry, say again.
If that happened twice, that somebody in a family went crazy and killed everybody in the family, they really just need to burn the house down.
Yeah, you think so? Just get rid of the place.
It's still there though.
Or we just keep it going, yeah. Just rent the place out. Yeah. Is that well, none of that true? I don't know.
Well,
Was another doubt whether there was a lot of that. Was there a lot of truth involved in the Amityville horror? I don't know.
or there's The Conjuring.
The Conjuring, you know.
Annabelle.
Is that the doll?
Yeah.
Weird looking doll in the case.
Yeah, these people go around and help people with things and then take the haunted items and put it in their house safe. They have a room that they put the stuff in.
Ah.
Like, why? Why don't you kind of like burn it or something?
Get rid of it, burn it down, yeah.
Well, saying that, Mark.
Get rid of it. For Christ's sake.
Well, saying that, Mark, you can buy stuff off. You can buy stuff on eBay or Amazon or stuff like that, or different websites.
Yeah.
And you can buy like a box, and in the box it's got some kind of possession, like it's haunted. You buy the box, you could buy one like for 30 quid or something like that, but you don't know what you're bringing into your own home.
Yeah. True. There is that.
Say like some people buy dolls, what is haunted, and they bring it in their homes, and
yeah, they wouldn't know at the time, would they? Until they find out, until they bring it in the home, would they?
No. When you're buying stuff like that, you got to put down a description. You got to put down a description what you're buying, so they know it's going to be haunted. When they're buying this type of stuff,
so they know beforehand that this ghost doll, this doll is haunted. They'll be warned. Be on your own skin. Yeah.
That's why some of these groups do it. Buy stuff like that on there. I try to think of the name of it.
Dolls are creepy though. Dolls are creepy and clowns. I mean, Zach Bacon's got a big phobia at clowns. There's a terminology they use for people who are scared of clowns. I can't remember now.
I'm terrified of clowns.
And dolls are creepy as well.
Yeah, and spiders.
I bet Zach's not scared. I bet Zach's. I got a feeling Zach's scared of spiders as well. But it surprises me. But he hates dolls and he hates creepy dolls and clowns. Definitely.
Beach.
Well, did you see the movie The Red Dragon? No.
Red Dragon?
Yeah.
What's that? What was that about? Sorry.
Well, that guy would murder people and then break glass.
Murder people?
It looked like that they were still alive.
What?
The guy figured it out because he looked at the dolls sitting on the girl's dresser.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that.
So they got a thumbprint under an eyelid.
Oh, yeah.
It's all in the Lecter Hannibal series of stuff.
Oh, that kind of vein, isn't it? Yeah. Hannibal Lecter.
I find Lecter Hannibal, Hannibal.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah. I think he's fascinating. Lecter Hannibal.
Oh, Hannibal Lecter. That's two people. Brian Cox played him. And
Hannibal Lecter. Thank you. I find him fascinating.
Did he exist, or was he based on something? I don't know.
I don't know, but just don't insult him.
Sir Anthony Hopkins played him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
A brilliant job.
But he didn't. He wasn't the first person to play it. A bloke called Brian Cox, a Scottish actor.
Oh, there was a series here, Hannibal.
That was
And
Brian Cox.
Guy played him.
There's a
Very
Scottish
man.
guy, Brian Cox.
No, it was a different name. He was like Norwegian or Danish or something.
I know Brian Cox played him in the movie, some kind of series or whatever they are.
Not here. Or it was a different series.
Oh, there may be others across, like I said, others made across the world. Exactly. I'm not aware of now. I think there was a series somewhere. I think it was made in America, well, whatever, with Brian Cox. But anyway, the point is, Sir Anthony Hopkins wasn't the first to play him anyway. So, but he was very good in Silence of the Lambs.
He did, and he basically just ad-libbed so much stuff in there, like when he said, I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti, and then he went with his mouth. He just did that on his own. He put so much stuff into that movie that wasn't even written.
That's a class actor. That's an actor. That's a top class actor. You can ad-lib a lot of that stuff and go script. Oh yeah. Amazing. Jodie Foster was in it as well, wasn't she?
Yeah, and then the second one was Julianne Moore.
There's two, wasn't there? There's a sequel to that.
And the one I'm talking about was starring Mads Mikkelsen.
No, don't ring a bell. I'm so used to the Hannibal Lecter one with Sir Anthony Hopkins. Sorry, got my false teeth for that there. Sorry, Sir Anthony Hopkins. How about that, Mark?
How many people have played Hannibal Lecter?
How many's played him?
Oh my gosh.
Quite a few actually. Before we actually Sir Anthony Hopkins, like I said, yeah. Not eating any more of those anymore. Can I just go? So, what do you think of poltergeist activity? Can that be explained as some kind of energy, force, or is it some angry ghost?
Are you talking about the movie?
No, paranormal in general, not a specific movie. No. You're what do you think of poltergeist activity? Yeah.
Isn't a poltergeist a haunting of many ghosts? A haunting of one person, but a poltergeist is many?
Or is it a very angry spirit or some kind of energy that's been let off somewhere? I don't know. Yeah, I don't. It could be many ghosts. I'm not sure. Is it many ghosts or just the one? I don't know.
Poltergeist.
I don't know. It's you just see some moving things around on its own.
Yeah, poltergeists are violent.
Noisy ghosts. That's what it means. Poltergeist is German for noisy ghost. Mischievous. I think that's noisy ghost. Yeah.
Well, the lady in the movie Poltergeist said poltergeists were usually a group of angry things.
Group of angry ghosts?
Well, I don't know if they're ghosts. They're spirits. They're something. They're energy.
Demons, or they say demons.
We are energy. When we die, where does our energy go?
I become a poltergeist. I come in. I know you lot. I rattle your furniture around, throw your pots around the kitchen. I don't know. I'm nice.
Well, you get reborn. You get reborn again, so people say.
I've come back as a slug now, my luck. No, I don't know. Reincarnation? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say reincarnation, yeah.
I don't know.
Gosh. I hope they give you a choice because I'm going to say no.
Coming back as a rich guy this time. I got a lot more talent.
You could come back as a figures.
Sorry?
You could come back as a really poor person in Africa, in Kenya, with jiggers.
No, my bloody luck.
I don't want to come back because I'm afraid I'll come back as someplace hot with no air conditioning.
It's I think my luck, maybe my luck will probably get the worst a raw deal. I think, ladies and gentlemen.
I wouldn't mind what I come back as.
We come for poltergeist to reincarnation. conversation. It's amazing how the subject changes. It's amazing how it's crossed over. Just saying. It's interesting how it branches out there. It's good. That's good.
You know, this happens in the Old West. These movies, westerns, you know, around all these western cities.
Yeah.
They just went out in the streets, shot it out. They didn't care, blah, blah. And then they buried him somewhere under a bush. Well, how come nobody digs these people up?
So say that again, sorry.
They shoot each other up, and then they bury them under a bush. Or even if it's at a homestead, they bury them, and then the homestead goes under and everybody moves.
It's the Wild West. Boot Hill Cemetery, isn't it? Boot Hill Cemetery, they call it. Bury them there. Boot Hill Cemetery, or whatever.
I have relatives who just buried in the boonies, and I wouldn't know where. But, you know, nobody ever digs them up. I think you could go anywhere in England and dig a hole and find a body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, but I reckon it all comes down to money. That's what all comes down to, the research. It always comes down to money to get the research, the equipment, to do the detecting and the analysing and the scanning underneath the ground. That's what it all comes under. They probably could do it, but it all comes down to finance and rebudgeting and getting people there. Then it comes down to the equipment, what you need, this, that, and the other. They probably could. They probably could do it.
Well, if you bought some land, and built a country home, and dug a pool, and dug up a bunch of people, why doesn't that happen?
That would be very interesting, because then they will find article items and this, that, and the other.
But it never happens, hardly ever.
That's what I'm saying. It always comes down to money. Money is everything. If you got money, you can do that type of stuff, as long as you know where you're searching, or a rough area where it says in the history book called this, that, and the other. If you know what I mean.
That's me again. Middle-aged.
But then again, over here, metal detectives found loads of coins in the field, and they become famous and put it in a museum, because the normal people like us got the metal detectives out, walked around a farmer field, and discovered loads of old coins and jewellery and worth loads of money, and they donated it into a museum.
I told Julie if I found anything, I wasn't going to tell. Oh, now everybody knows.
Hey, Paul, it's no secret anymore now. But if we had, it's not a little secret. There's all these 5 listeners will tell their friends, tell tales.
I'll change my name.
Oops. Be careful what you say on there. Be careful what you say on there.
I am so shocked that the whole England isn't crawling with people with metal detectors.
I know. That's the people in Leicestershire. They're crawling. They get teams out to swat them. Bloody hell, everywhere like flies. Get them up. Well, metal detectors. I don't know.
Well, we were looking at a medieval town today, because I always have to go up and down the streets on Google to see what's in the town and where the hospital is. Because if I'm an hour away from a hospital, I'm not going to move there. Yeah. And this medieval town, I'm like, can't they go in their yard and plant a tree? Could they dig up some armor or something?
Well, you're at UK again, yeah.
Well, medieval is really old, but wow.
You'd be surprised what you come across. It's Saxon coins and on that arm of it. You never know what you can dig up in a farm, and somebody.
Roman gold is the best.
A tractor on this. Somebody just with a combine harvester digging the land up. I don't know, or somebody ploughing the land with a combine harvester, or whatever. Could come across some ancient artifacts, couldn't they? Yeah.
Why do people find coins in fields? Do soldiers just walk around dropping coins everywhere?
I don't know. I think it's Roman coins, or just I don't know. Maybe they want to just save the coins for some reason and come back. They keep them there temporarily for some reason or other. Perhaps their village was being sacked by these barbarians, they buried the coins for safekeepings, but never forget where they're buried and they're lost forever. I don't know.
I mean,
My theory.
I'm talking about, like, you know, you find one coin, or you find you're on a hill, like where somebody could have camped, and there's coins just scattered. What do they do out of their pockets?
Just discarded coins, lost, just walking past. I don't know. Not if they're just scattered, not in a group like a pot or something like a Roman pot. They've had a lot of Roman coins in pots, haven't they? And people have just buried them for safekeeping and never come back from them. This is Roman coins. They don't go back 2,000 years ago. So,
if they're Roman coins, why does the British government own it? If you find a stash of Roman coins, why does the British government?
They belong to the crown, aren't they? That's right. They pay you the value of them. I think that's the statute goes. I think on that, I believe.
And what
does it depend on whether? Does it depend whether on what situation? I know it is about it. Is it a hoard or something just by chance? Is it? I don't know. Is it going to be? I don't know.
You can't.
Is it going to be by certain circumstances? Is it a hoard? Lost, or is it somebody's holding the coins and deliberately put them there, or somebody's just lost them randomly? I don't know the circumstances, but I think regardless, it belongs to the crown. They pay the difference. So you find Saxon coins, older Saxon coins in the field, they belong to the crown. They pay you the difference. They pay that farmer the difference. I think this is. I'm not fully sure about that. So I think
riding on horses with sacks of gold. Maybe one fell off. They do in the Wild West. Saddlebags.
Yeah. I'm not sure it's a hoarding or if it's lost accidentally or a hoarding. Is there certain circumstances I don't? If somebody deliberately hoarded it, it belongs to the crown. If somebody they think probably just lost it accidentally, it belongs to you. I don't know. I don't know. There's certain rules on that. I don't know. There's legislation. I'm not really sure about that. So check that out. That door's moving by itself. What's going on? Now this is spooky. I'm going to use a glass of water. I have to find out. If Google that, find out. I'm not sure. It's not gospel. If it's deliberately buried, it belongs to the crown. If it's just the odd coin scattered, lost accidentally, not deliberately put up, stashed away, I think it's yours. I don't know. I think if that could be the case, but I'm not entirely sure. But I know they pay the difference. It just belongs to the crown, but the circumstances of it, I don't know fully, which is either. But I think if it's stepped forward deliberately, this, like I said, belongs to the British government. If it's lost, if it's scattering a coin is lost accidentally, you pick your coin up. I think it's yours. That's different. I think that may be the case for that, but I'm not entirely sure there. I have to check that out. That's a damn very good question. Thank you. I might Google. I Google fingers are going tingling now. Actually.
It belongs to the British government or the Queen?
Let's say it belongs to the crown. It's the HM government there, is that?
Well, what's the crown?
It's Her Majesty's government, isn't it? It's the government. Like Her Majesty's ship, Her Majesty's prisons, Her Majesty's law courts. It's all in her name. We don't know. It's not the People's Court, the People's Army, is that? Not the People's Navy or the People's Air Force. It's her old Madge herself, isn't it? Yeah, Her Majesty's Court, Her Majesty's prisons, Her Majesty's blah blah blah. Government, HM government, isn't it? That's where they say it belongs to the crown. I suppose in that sense.
Okay, here's a new one. King Tut's tomb curse. Everybody died who went in there.
Ah.
I saw King Tut's exhibition in Los Angeles, and you know when they say there's gold coffins and this and that and blah blah blah, it's not. It's gold leafing on like some kind of really light wood. It's not solid gold.
Gold leafing on wood, yeah, I can explain that.
On the sarcophagus. It's not solid gold.
No. It's gold leafing on wood or wooden sarcophagus, yeah. Yeah.
But people think it's solid gold and it's not.
Yeah.
there was one table and a bust of Nefertiti that was beautiful and some jewelry that wasn't that great. I don't know what the big deal is about his tomb, but
it wasn't as you expected it, I suppose. Is that what you're saying? Is it? Yeah.
Do you believe in curses?
Oh, I don't know. I've been cursed many times. Curses are everywhere. Curses. you mean like a mummy curse? Or whatever. Mummy's curse? That's what you're referring to, isn't it? Sort of thing, yeah.
Well, there's all kinds of them.
There's witches.
All kinds of different.
You can be cursed on your grave. You can be cursed by anybody, not just a sacred curse made by Pharaoh if their bones are disturbed or that person is in never damnation forever. No, that's right. Yeah. You have even curses, not the ones I'm thinking of. No. No. They said the people who
death to all who enter here in King Tut's tomb, and everybody died.
Well, I think it might have been justice done there because the way he cut his body up.
Everybody died.
At the exhibition. People had that expedition. These weren't archaeologists, they were butchers. So when they cut his body up and just bits back here and back to the British Museum or whatever, it's disgraceful. Maybe they deserve to die. I don't know. The mummy's curse? No, I don't believe in the mummy's curse now. On myself, that's my personal opinion. I think it could be coincidences. What happened? They all died in mysterious circumstances. I don't know.
I wouldn't have a clue about that.
Google it, my dear boy. Google it and you'll find out, dear boy. No, not for curses. I don't know. Could be just a tragic event, array of tragic sequence of coincidences. I don't know. I don't know much about. I've heard about this. The Mummy's curse. Who found the King Tutankhamun's tomb all those years ago? Yeah.
I don't think King Tut put the curse on it. He died.
I certainly must have done it on his behalf, because I don't know if there was ever a curse in the first place himself. But no, if there was a curse, it wouldn't be probably. Somebody did it on his behalf. You touch his bones, and you will get
okay. So
serious stuff, man.
If you were in Egypt, and you had a chance to go in King Tut's tomb, would you?
Yeah. I got curses, King Tut. How dare you? I come in peace and tranquility. No, I wouldn't. No. I wouldn't feel any trepidation about his curse. No, I wouldn't know. Sorry, what's your name again? Beg your pardon. Sorry. No, I wouldn't know. No. What do you think, Kieran?
No, I don't know. I probably would go in there because it'd probably be fascinating.
It's a big hole, lots of steps, very dark.
Unless it's cursed, then
his body's not there. His sarcophagus and body's not there. It's just where his body was, I think. Yeah. The alcoves and God knows what dingy little.
There's nothing in there.
Huh?
Everything was robbed. Egypt was basically robbed of everything.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Spot on. Yeah, it wasn't archaeology. It was just pillaging. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
They should give it all back, and I think they should get all their stuff back.
Yeah, I do. Like these those marbles. I lost my marbles now. So I think of it.
The horses they took off.
The Elgin marbles. Was it from the Acropolis? The Elgin marble. Was it the Elgin marbles from marbles? Get it right. The Elgin marbles from the.
You know what? I noticed in Greece, those guys. I have friends who are from Greece. They don't really care about their heritage.
No. Was it the Elgin marbles from the sarcophagus that were taken off? Wasn't it? They've taken them up to Scotland somewhere. The Elgin marbles. Like took them from the He took them from the. That's right. He took the algae marbles. That's right. He took the algae marbles from the Acropolis in Greece and stuck them in some museum up in Scotland somewhere. I think. Yeah, but thievery basically. Yeah. They should take them back. I think they should do now.
In Scotland?
Somewhere, I think. I may be wrong. Somewhere in the UK. Anyway, I'm not sure exactly where. Could be Scotland, Edinburgh, or somewhere else. I'm not entirely sure whereabouts. I think they're from the Acropolis, some notable Greek building they were taken from anyway. Just taking the oh God knows they call them the frescoes, the reliefs or whatever they took off, didn't they? Yeah. Or sculptures or whatever, didn't they? They took them away, didn't they?
Okay, what about voodoo?
Voodoo, what's the witchcraft, isn't it? Caribbean, isn't it? Juju boy and all this, and living dead zombies and all that, isn't it? I don't know. I'm just not giving much thought or study in great depth. I don't know. Maybe something. I don't know. Is it supposed to be living zombies? Or dead or alive? Or a bit like today's politicians. Not quite dead, but I can't.
Mark, you knocked your wire a bit because you sound a bit low.
Yes, I got a sore throat, sorry. Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you're a bit low.
I can't hear him.
You know?
Can't you hear him?
This jack's gone.
I can hear a squeak.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you're very, very low.
He must have hit his volume.
I'm watching a GAC.
You must have hit.
I'm watching a GAC episode while I'm talking. It's distracting me.
No, you got to knock that off, Mark, because you interfere with it.
What did what? How's that?
If you're watching a video and doing a live stream, you make your end more lower.
No, I was kidding.
Oh.
No GAC at the same time. But Aaron Goodwin makes me laugh. Love those guys. Sweet guys. Great sense of humour. Anyway, I digress. Where was we? Hello. Kieran. Mark, calling Kieran. Come in, Kieran. Mark. Calling Kieran. Come in, Kieran. Are you there?
I can hear you, mate, but you're really low.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
See, can you tinker around with your wires?
That's rude. I've been tinkered with my wires. Hang on. Can't find it.
Because it seems like you knocked something and it's gone really low.
What's going on?
Experience it. Right now, they're just chattering back and forth.
Is that better?
No, it's still the same.
Hello?
Yeah, Mark?
Maybe he could leave the room and come in, re-enter, and would fix it.
Hello? Is that better?
No, it's... Well, I can hear you, but it's really low.
What's happened there, though? Is it the headphones?
It might have been. It looks like you got a loose connection somewhere.
Yeah. I need to rewired. Is that better?
I can hear you.
Is that better?
Can you hear him, Paula?
I can't hear him at all.
She can't hear you. She can't hear you whatsoever, mate.
I bet some of these headphones have had it.
I can hear you, but Paula can't because you're too low. So I don't know if you knocked anything or what.
I don't know what happened there. Hang on, back in a minute. I'll have a gust of wind there.
Okay, Paula, I'm going to call it a wrap because I've got to get up for the school room tomorrow. thank you for coming along and to this chat room. Much appreciated tonight. Been really, really interesting, and hopefully we can do it some other time.
Thank you for having me.
That's no problem.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Take it easy.